and welcome to Van Meter Stadium, Pete Carloserto Field. Tonight, Video Productions presents a battle in Class 4A. The number 11 team, the Oak Hill Red Devils, 5-3, take on the number 10 team, the Beckley Flying Eagles. They are 4-4. Hello again, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry. I want to wish everybody a happy and safe Halloween, and we might have a very spooky good game tonight as Eric Thomas joins me as always. And Eric, we think we will be in for a great game because there's a lot at stake. The playoffs don't start for a couple more weeks, but tonight has playoff feeling.
Yeah, this is playoff implications as far as seeding goes, and if you're Beckley, you don't want to get tricked by Oak Hill. The last two games coming into this, Oak Hill's been able to really lay it on this Beckley team. So these seniors, if you're here for senior night for Beckley, they really want to try to go out on a winning note.
That's right. If you get tricked, the other team will have the treat.
That's
right?
correct. That's
and
correct.
The one thing about it is, as these two teams are set to battle, it feels like a playoff game. There's a lot at stake, and both of these teams are coming into this game in different directions. Oak Hill have won their last two games. They have a record, as I mentioned, 5-3. They have wins over Hurricane and South Charleston in the last 2 weeks. Beckley, we were here 2 weeks ago, Eric, and they lost a game in which they looked like they were going to take the lead into the locker room and gave up a pick six, right in the final seconds of the loss to Princeton. And then last week, a heartbreak loss on the road to Spring Valley.
Yeah, and one thing about this Beckley team that they weren't able to do last week that they did after previous losses, Maris, they were able to rebound and get a tough road victory. And with the heartbreak that they had at Spring Valley, I'm anxious to see how they bounce back because everything's still out in front of them as far as, your goal is to make the playoffs. You may not have a home game, but you still want to get into playoffs. But tonight, if you can get a victory either side, you have a chance to maybe creep into the 8th spot.
Well, I agree with that because if Beckley were to win tonight and they beat George Washington on the road next week, being number 10, I would think that would get them in the top 8. Same way for Oak Hill, they're 11. If they beat Beckley tonight and then close out with a win at home next week against North Marion, I would think that would put them in the top 8. So you're right.
Yeah.
So basically, this is like a playoff game. I think both teams are going to make the playoffs, but I think no question that the team that wins tonight has a great chance to have a home game.
Yeah, and that's what's at stake. And both of these coaches, great coaches on both sides. They preach that all week. Make the main thing, which is winning the game, and everything else will take care of itself. You don't want to. You want to go into the playoffs on a winning note, and tonight is that step of a step getting closer to doing that.
Of course, this time of the season, every team's banged up a little bit. For Oak Hill, they have a question mark. They're not sure if their wide receiver Carson Treadway is going to play. I was told it's a game-time decision. On the flip side, Beckley should get a lift because they get their quarterback back, will be Gage Price. But what it does, not just with Price back at quarterback, because Burdett, who's their best runner, had to fill in for quarterback when Price was hurt. So in the session, Eric, they get their best quarterback, their top quarterback, and they get their best running back all at once.
Yeah, and hats off, though, to Gage Burdett because he's the consummate team player, right, Mears? I mean, you go – hey, you're coming out of the bullpen. You've been the running back all year, and he almost took him on the road to a victory at Spring Valley, and that's tough to do. People need to understand that, and that's real tough to do. They didn't switch the offense up. He was throwing touchdowns. He was doing his thing, but for him to get back into his comfort zone, so to speak, at running back, and that makes this team more explosive because all the parts that were moved around. I mean, you had A.J. Thomas had to come in, do a little running back. You use people a lot different, and tonight you be more diverse in your offense.
All right, as we get you looking forward to kickoff at the bottom of the hour, Beckley and Oak Hill going through their warm-ups on this Halloween night. Sit back and relax, and we'll bring it to you live with the kickoff at the bottom of the hour. We'll take our first break, and we'll be right back here on Video Productions.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer, too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life,
we got you.
Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
So I don't want Lexi coming up to me saying she go to the fifth quarter. I'll be like, it's canceled.
And we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium, Pete Curl-Certo Field, as we're getting you ready for the kickoff at the bottom of the hour between Beckley and Oak Hill. The Red Devils ranked number 11 in 4A at 5-3. Beckley 4-4, number 10. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Scotty Brown is your local State Farm agent at Shady Spring, West Virginia. You can dial him up at 681-238-6130. Also, the ball game tonight brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond, the broker. Steve Morgan, the associate broker. If you're in the market to buy or sell your house, you can check them out on the website at exitelevation.com. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Edward Jones. Heather Cantley is the Edward Jones financial advisor. She's my financial advisor, and she can be your financial advisor as well. She has a new location at Harper Road in Beckley. You can dial her up at 681-254-0097. And also the game brought to you by Hart's Cabinets. They're located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets, and they're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up 304-252-2917. Well, Eric, it's senior night, and you partook in senior night because your daughter Lexi is a senior at Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School, part of the Lassie. So you were down on the track. Did you get onto the field? I guess the surface is the same whether it's Halloween or whether it's Labor Day. I guess it's all the same, right?
I tell you though, it was good to be down watching the young kids warm up, man. You could just feel the atmosphere, and you can tell these two teams are rivals, man. No matter what they're playing, they're going to get after it. Both sides look like they're going to handle business tonight and want to come out with a victory. For
the seniors, Oak Hill leads the series 2-1. Beckley won 3 years ago. Oak Hill's won each of the last two. We did the game here 2 years ago, and that was a big upset. And then over at Oak Hill last year. And I have to tell you a story when back in August when Bill O'Brien and I went to each of the county coaches and we did the preseason preview show. And I talked to Coach Surratt. We talked about this game. I said, it's kind of strange that you're playing the Red Devils on Halloween. And he said, I don't care if it's on Halloween as long as it's in Beckley, because there was some controversy in last year's game of a spot of the ball, first down, not a first down, that helped Oak Hill win the game.
And it happened. I was at the game. It happened. But that's just part of the game, you know. And, I don't think Coach Surratt's using that as an excuse.
No.
He was just matter-of-factly saying that.
Right.
But you know what? Sometimes games shouldn't come down. Don't leave it in the hands of others. That's what my coaches always told me. Take care of business, and a win will take care of itself.
And, Eric, I'm sure you remember when we did the game 2 years ago, Oak Hill had Beckley right where they wanted. When it was 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20, Oak Hill was able to get the big play on 3rd and long and keep drives alive and able to win the game.
And I think it was, what was his, Malachi
Lewis.
And I'm telling you, that kid was exceptional. It was one of the – we've seen a lot of individual performances. That night, he willed Oak Hill to victory. He pretty much was only their offense. that night, and his scrambling ability, completed some passes. I think he even ran the 2-point conversion in late in the contest, and it was just a great victory by Oak Hill, man, a big feather in their cap. But, you know, what's funny, we always talk about none of that matters tonight.
Right.
It's all about who lines up and who really wants to win it tonight.
Well, a lot of different players that will be playing tonight that weren't on the field either last year or 2 years ago. But one thing about it's been a great rivalry, and I recall a couple of games, and I go back a little longer than you, Eric, because I'm a little older, but 1971, when Oak Hill was called Collins, they only took 2 teams, and Beckley was number 1 and had a chance to play for the state championship. They were undefeated, 9-0, with Joel Hicks over there, and Collins was 5-4, and Collins upset them by like 1 touchdown and then knocked Beckley out of the playoffs. And then fast forward to 1976, the first year of Pete Colasurto, which, by the way, the field's named after him. Beckley was 8-0. And then they lost to Bluefield. They were 8-1, and still 4 teams got in that year. And all they had to do was beat Oak Hill. And they had this big snowstorm, and they moved the game from Friday to Saturday, and they played across town, which was the old Van Meter Stadium, where Park is now, Bobby Pruitt Stadium. And Oak Hill spoiled Beckley that night. Yeah. But then Beckley got sweet revenge because in 77, Beckley won the state championship the following year.
Right, yeah, but you know what? Think about this in that rivalry. Beckley might have had a good enough team to win it each of those years.
Right.
So, and it's funny, and it's thing, and people say rivalries don't matter. You can be 0-9 either side. If you get that victory, that's a big feather in your cap.
Well, right, because, you know, even if neither, and both these teams are going to make the playoffs, but if neither one of them didn't, but they beat the other, like you said, well, you know, it's disappointing, Oak Hill, you didn't make the playoffs. Yeah, but we beat Beckley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or Beckley the same way. We didn't make the playoffs. It was disappointing, but we beat Oak Hill, right?
And there's truth to that, man. And that's what's good about high school sports and Friday Night Lights. It doesn't matter what happened last week. It's all about tonight and both of these teams. I'm ready for this. It's going to be intense. It's going to be a battle tonight.
It's going to be a battle, and it's going to be a little chilly out there. And we were watching in warm-ups, Eric. We were watching because we know Beckley's got not 1 but 2 good kickers, and we were watching them kick. And the wind, I think, could play an effect in the kicking game, the punting, kicking off, and extra points and field goals. And, you know, last week Beckley attempted a 48-yard field goal to try to beat Spring Valley right there in the last seconds. But tonight, I don't know that Beckley could really kick a field goal probably further than 35 yards
tonight. Yeah, we were looking 35 to 38. I mean, it's a crosswind, so you don't know where that ball is going to go once it leaves the foot. We saw one take a nosedive, and, you know, it's wind gusts, so it'll be tough if it came down to like a 4th down situation. You might want to just go for it. Try to get it that way.
Yeah, another thing, too, maybe like catching punch. You know, the ball gets caught up in the air in the swirl of the wind, and you look up into the lights, and, you know, maybe you think the ball, you might misjudge it. The ball's coming here, but the wind takes it over here.
Then that was the trickiest play in football for me. I never, you know, you had to go back and do it, but I never liked fielding that punt, man. That thing coming down, and you see a lot of things going on. You have to find the ball. You have to make sure you have to see where your blockers are. By the time you put your face back up there, you're catching it in the blind, really.
Yeah, we're a little more than 15 minutes away from kicking the game off here at the bottom of the hour between number 11 Oak Hill in Class 4A. They're 5-3. Number 10 Beckley 4-4. We'll take a break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Access Health began as a small clinic with a simple yet powerful purpose: to care for our neighbors right here at home. From the very beginning, it was about people showing up for each other, building trust, and staying connected. Today, Access Health is serving thousands across southern West Virginia. But what makes us different isn't just the care we provide, it's who provides it. Our team was born here, trained here, and lives here. This is what community looks like. This is Access Health, by the community, for the community, always.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if Compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They've tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Chevy, where they are right.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
And we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium, Pete Curl Certo Field. Happy Halloween to everybody out there. And I tell you, you might be all sit back and snuggle up to a nice warm fire with an ice cold Pepsi and bring in the game because it's really cold out there tonight, Eric. And, of course, you got a lot of fans on both sides that are fighting the wind and the cold, and they're out here to root their team on.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not only cold, but there's gusts of wind.
Yeah.
And so that wind chill. I think by the end of this game, let's hope we don't have a marathon like we usually do, but I say it'd be in the upper 30s, low 40s.
It very well could be. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road, and Beckley. They're having their Bowloween tonight here on Halloween, and it's hard to believe, Eric, that just 2 months from tonight, it'll be New Year's Eve, and they'll be thinking about their New Year's Eve event at Leisure Lanes. So as soon as they finish Halloween, we'll start focusing on New Year's Eve. And hard to believe that in just 2 months.
Man, that's a really good time because we've had a chance to partake in that, man. Nice spread of food. Go out and bowl and good family fun.
And it's also your wife's birthday. How about that?
It definitely
and I definitely won't tell our audience how old she is because I know she'll go back and listen. I'll be in trouble.
21.
Yes, and counting. And not counting. I better say that. All right, Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road and Beckley. Dial them up, 304-253-7328. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company located in Sophia, West Virginia. They are hiring experienced and underground miners. They offer a great wage and great benefits. You can apply online at United Coal Company's Facebook page. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. They have all your favorite Italian dishes, plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood, and they have catering and parties available. Check them out at 304-255-5253. Getting ready to play the national anthem. We'll take a break, get you ready for the opening kickoff coming up at the bottom of the hour here on Video Productions.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
This fall, let the beauty of the season in without the chill. At Window World of Beckley, we bring comfort, style, and savings to your home. Our windows and doors are built to handle West Virginia's wild and wonderful weather, keeping the warmth in and the energy bills low. With energy-efficient windows, expert installations, and affordable financing options, it's time to upgrade. It's never been easier to fall in love with your home again. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD today.
And we welcome you back into Van Meter Stadium, Pete Curl-Certo Field. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. We have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. By the way, we're getting ready to show you a picture of the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins. As you can see in our right-hand corner, there's Mr. Nick Eskins. People want to know what he looks like. That's actually him, believe it or not. He's acting like he's Dracula, but that's him. We also have Chris Farish on stats and Jackie Moon on camera. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia, and I could use an ice-cold blue can right about now. The great crisp taste of Pepsi. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. You can dial Lori up at 304-252-8646. And tonight's game brought to you in part by the Spartan Factory, located in Beckley, West Virginia. They have uniforms, T-shirts, caps, banners, the whole 9 yards. Check out their website, thespartanfactorywv.com. Eric, it's hard to believe this is week 10 of the high school football season. Some games have already kicked off about 10, 15 minutes ago. You already have an update from Morgantown.
Yeah, from Morgantown. It's what they call the Mohegan Bowl,
Yep.
and Morgantown's on the road at University, and Morgantown's up early in the first quarter, 7-0. And here's one that we've been paying attention to in AAA. The Fairmont Senior Polar Bears are on the road at Bridgeport, and right now they lead Bridgeport 14-13 in the first quarter.
Yeah,
and that's that is a lot of points to be had in that game. That's number 3 Fairmont versus number 2 Bridgeport, and we had a chance to talk about this. I think whoever wins that game has a chance to leapfrog Princeton for the number 1 spot.
Very well could be. Also, some of the other Raleigh County schools, first of all, in AAA Shady, they're playing their final game. They played 10 straight, so really their bye week becomes the off-season, Eric, because they're on the road down at Westside tonight. Then Liberty has postponed their game from tonight being Halloween. They moved it to tomorrow night, and they'll play Summers County down at Glen Daniel tomorrow. And then the Independence Patriots are wrapping up their home portion of the schedule. They're playing Westside in their
Nicholas County.
Nicholas County. I just said Westside, Nicholas County, and then they'll finish up on the road at Summers County Will Independence next week.
Yeah, and I think Independence is still biding time to see if they'll be able to get Silas Nelson back for the playoff run. Sorely need that running back to make a championship push.
We're a little more than 5 minutes away from kicking this game off on a very cold, windy night here in Beckley. Oak Hill's made their way out onto the field, or at least some of their captains have anyway. The rest of the team hasn't made their way out yet. They'll be wearing the red helmets. They'll be trimmed in white. Beckley will be in all maroon tonight, waiting for their entrance here at right below us on the home side. And Eric, while we wait for the teams to come out, first of all, your keys for a win for Oak Hill tonight.
For Oak Hill, I think they have to come out and start fast. You always on the road, especially in a rivalry game. I think you want to get the ball, try to get up on this Beckley team.
And for Beckley?
Beckley's key to victory, to me, in the games that they've lost, turnovers.
That's right. Don't turn the ball over.
Don't turn the ball over. And I mean, we can go down the laundry list of games where they've not turned it over once but multiple times and really put their backs against the wall.
In the two games that you and I have had an opportunity to broadcast, the Greenbrier East game and the Princeton game, that was the difference. They were moving the ball. They had momentum against both of those teams. Looked like they had a chance to win both of those games, and then the wheels came off the wagon with turnovers.
And they were back-breaking. I'm talking about not only momentum stealing, but you just
game
take the heart. They're game-changing.
Game-changing turnovers.
Pick sixes.
Yes.
I mean, and not blaming the kid or
it's just
the
what
quarterback.
happened.
It's just what happened. Of course, on the other end, those kids made plays, but the things you can't have happen, and that took them right out of the game.
Yeah, the loss to Greenbrier East, they threw a 102-yard interception return, and then from that point on, all the momentum. And then right before the half, Beckley had the lead, had the momentum. They throw a interception that went back almost, actually more than 70 yards by Mosser.
I think it was 78 yards.
70, something like that, 77, 78 yards, and then the momentum really swung, and Beckley not able to kind of get that momentum
And the
back.
magnitude of it is just play before that, they almost hit a touchdown.
Right.
So I can understand it, and I don't question the play call. I just question the area of where the ball was thrown. And if you think about it, a lot of things look like it was going their way because they recovered an onside kick to even get in that situation.
Right. And, the worst, that was the worst possible thing that could have happened. The easiest thing, even if they would have thrown the ball away and went into the locker room, they had at one point, they'd had all the momentum.
Yeah, that's right. And it's easier to play from ahead with that momentum. You go in up 28-27, Princeton would have had to drive the length of the field to just take the lead.
Right. And you know what that was? That was like a double whammy because after Princeton ran the kickoff back and made it 34-28. They had the momentum. They took the second half kickoff and went down and scored. I think the big key for Beckley tonight is really running the ball. I think they got to get their run game going, and I think they have a good chance to do that.
Yeah, and that's one thing up front. In the game against Princeton and against Greenbrier East, I think here's what happened in the second half. Greenbrier East actually wore on Beckley a little bit in the trenches late in the game because once they got the lead, they were able to just establish the run. And Princeton's just so explosive. So we'll see here, and that's my key, for Beckley tonight is take care of the football, and Oak Hill's really going to have to start fast, which they're capable of doing with it. Devon Marion, he's a great coach. He'll have his young men ready, and Beckley better be ready to buckle those chin straps up.
Yeah, the Oak Hill quarterback is Antoine Hicks. He's a 5'6", 150-pound junior. And Beckley, like I said, they should get a little lift by getting their quarterback back who was injured against Princeton a couple weeks ago. Didn't play last week against Spring Valley, Gage Price. They will get him back as the captains will meet at the center of the field there at the big Flying Eagle logo. We'll have the toss of the coin. Beckley has made their way out. The Oak Hill team is to our right down in the far end zone, and we're moments away from getting the game started. And Eric, I know you're old school. If you win the toss, you want to defer, but seeing more and more, not just on the high school level, but in the college level, teams want to put their offense out there because teams don't kick the ball, especially in high school and middle school, they don't kick the balls deep anymore like they used to.
And you're right, and that's where I need to probably change my old school ways. But I still like having that second half, kickoff.
And it benefited Princeton because they got a touchdown and then got the ball in the
really
second half, and then by all measures really put the game away by scoring after that big interception to end the half by scoring on the first possession of the second half.
And you and I, we talk about analytics, and analytics changing a lot in sports. Whether it's baseball, football, basketball. But I think there's one analytical thing that I truly believe in, and I say it a lot now because the last 5 minutes of the second quarter and the first 5 minutes of the third are the most important minutes of the football game because you can either win or lose that contest in those last 5 minutes of the second quarter, or you can win it. And Beckley looks like they won the toss.
And they're going to get the ball. So Beckley will have to put their offense out first. So, a lot of times people defer. They're like, nope, they won the toss. They want the ball. Beckley will work right to left on your TV screen. We're moments away from getting the game started on this Halloween night.
Yeah, and I'm ready for this one, man. So, we talked about it when we did our podcast. What's the name of that podcast?
You may not agree with us.
But
yes.
And we said this was going to be a good contest. These guys are ready to get after one another.
As Beckley gets their final instructions down below us, Oak Hill across the way. And like you said, previous games don't really mean anything, but always want to let our viewers know about what's taken place in the past. And like I said, when these seniors were freshmen, Beckley won that year. Oak Hill's won each of the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, and you know that's sticking in the back of the mind of the Beckley seniors. And not tonight. You don't want to lose on. For one, you don't want to lose this important game, but you definitely don't want to what possibly could be your last game at Pete Colasurto Field, Van Meter Stadium to be an L.
Beckley has not had a home playoff game since going back to my radio days of 2001. And speaking of my radio days, Eric, you have always been my homie, and I've got my former homie back, my former radio partner that we worked together 17 years, Big Ugly Dave Willis, is right beside me broadcasting on the Oak Hill station. It's good to see Dave. I haven't seen him for a long time. And I was at JLS from 1990 through 2021, and Dave started working there in 1994. We worked together 17 years.
Man, that's a long time.
Yep.
But you know what? We're putting some years behind us
That's right
now.
That's right. Only I'm not getting any older. You might be. All right.
Well, you hang around me enough to know that I don't think I'm old.
Yeah. All right. We got it set on the 40 on the far side hash. Oak Hill ready to kick it off, and Beckley set to receive. And
is this deep or a squib?
I think it's going to be like right in between, an in-between kick, and especially maybe because they're kicking it on the far side hash. And Oak Hill was ready, then the referee went over and stopped it. The Red Devils are ready to kick it off. So I'm not sure, as the officials talking to the Oak Hill kicker, not sure what's going on there. And now
it looks like some kind of equipment adjustment.
Yeah, they're taking the kicker who was there, getting ready to kick off, taking him out and have to bring in a new kicker. So I don't know what that was all about. So you're going to have Burdett back deep. And
A.J. Thomas looks
like and here comes the kick, and it is kind of in between like I thought it would be. It's short right across the 30. Now they blow it dead.
This is going to be a legal procedure against the kicking team.
And they'll have to back it up, even though they didn't throw a flag.
I think it was here on the right side, right in front of the ref.
And actually, I think Oak Hill kicked it before the official said he was ready before he blew the whistle.
Hey, so I hope this is not,
It's Halloween. Who knows what can happen, right?
I don't want, you start the game with the penalty. That's tough.
Yeah, well, hopefully if you start the game, you won't have penalties throughout the whole game. So they'll back the ball up 5 yards from the 40 back to the 35, and we'll try to get this kickoff. And now it looks like they're going to change the kicker, the original kicker that was in there before. So I don't really understand all this, where they had a kicker, and then he came off, and then they put the new kicker in, and then they had a penalty. Now they bring the old kicker back in.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
And the kicker this time is Workman. Jagger Workman is the one who's kicking things off for the Red Devils. It's on the far side hash at the 35. And now we are ready to get this game underway. And here comes the kick, and this is a short squibber. Takes a high hop at the 35. An up man for Beckley gets it. They got excellent good field position. They get the ball across midfield.
Flag.
And Beckley will still have good field position. It's probably going to be a penalty on Beckley, as that was Maddox Morris on the return,
yes.
And the flag comes in.
Well, his dad was a good one that played here. That's Matt Morris's son.
Yeah, and his granddad, of course, Scott Morris, was a fighter back in the day. As Beckley got the ball across midfield, and the flag came out, and I'm waiting on a call.
Looks like a block in the back. We actually saw it on the replay. But that's two plays, ladies and gentlemen, and two flags.
Yeah, so hopefully this isn't something, as you mentioned, Eric, something that will continue out the whole night. So the penalty takes the ball back to the 37-yard line. So Beckley will start 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line.
And, I mean, you had it over midfield. That's a big penalty.
It'll be Gage Price, the quarterback. He'll put Wines in motion from the shotgun, and we got another flag. So
I'll start
right there. So you're right. We had a penalty on the kickoff, penalty on the kickoff return, and now before we run the first play of the game, we have a penalty, and that will back Beckley up 5 more yards and make it 1st and 15.
That just has to really get under Coach Street Surratt's skin right there, because you don't want to have pre-snap penalties. So now you're starting behind the sticks. Early on in the contest, you went from having the ball we're at 49-yard
cross
line
midfield to now 1st and 15 on your own 32. So 1st and 15 for Beckley on their own 32. And right now, neither team for the early going can't get out of their own way.
Hey, yeah, we played 5 minutes of football, but only 5 seconds have gone off the clock.
Yeah. So here's Beckley. It'll be a running play. They try to move the pile, and Oak Hill will have nothing doing as the Oak Hill defense stacks up the ball carrier, and not sure that there was any gain on the play.
Yeah, the linebacker for Oak Hill made a big time. He's going to be the run stopper, man. You can see he's feeling. His name is James Ludwig, and he's a senior, and he really filled the really filled the running lane right there, Maris, for Oak Hill.
It'll be a 1-yard gain to the 33, make it 2nd down and 14. So let's see what Beckley will dial up. They have trips here to the bottom of the screen. As Price wakes on the shotgun snap to throw. Throws to the far side, got a man. They make the connection. It's caught across the 40 and tackled right there just shy of the 45 and maybe right at the 45 as that's A.J. Thomas with the catch and makes it a much more manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, a nice pitch and catch, but I was watching right back at the quarterback. Oak Hill's bringing heat, and that was real close to being a strip sack.
So it brings up like I said, a much more manageable 3rd down. 3rd down and 2 coming up here from their own 45-yard line.
Yeah. Looks like they'll go in tight to their run formation here.
First possession of the game. They do run the ball. They may have fumbled it. The ball is out.
Looks like Oak Hill.
You can't tell who got it, but if Beckley's back on it, that's going to bring up 4th down, and they're not going to gain anything. In fact, they're lucky that they were able to get back on it for Beckley. Now it brings up 4th down, and we'll see what Beckley does.
Well, that's exactly how Oak Hill would want this game to start. A couple penalties. Held Beckley on downs, and looks like they'll get the ball here in good field position. I don't foresee.
Yeah, they're going for it. They're leaving their offense out there. It's 4th and 3 from their own 44, and Beckley has decided to go for it, Eric. So I think that Coach Surratt's like, it's Halloween, so we're going to bring out some of our spooky plays maybe.
Well, I look for a hard count here.
Up under center. And there is the hard count. And Oak Hill jumps off sides, and Beckley will get the 1st down due to the penalty route. And, the Oak Hill defenders have had to be telling whatever you do, don't jump off sides. And as soon as they tell them that, Oak Hill jumps off sides, and Beckley gets the 1st down.
And that's one thing. My father-in-law and I, we talk about this a lot, Maris. If you're right over the football, there's no reason you should jump.
No.
It was right over the center. And the hard count was a smart thing to do.
So Beckley has the 1st down as they get it by the penalty route as Oak Hill jumps into the neutral zone. 1st and 10 Beckley on their own 49-yard line, first possession of the game.
So that's 4 penalties.
That's right. And we haven't even played we've not even played 3 minutes yet. Here's going to be a running play to Burdett. Burdett off the right side, gets a couple into Oak Hill territory as he gets the ball down to the 47-yard line of the Red Devils. It'll be 2nd down.
And that time the offensive line for Beckley got a good surge, and Burdett was not hit until he got, 2nd-level linebacker, and that's what you want, that kind of push on 1st down.
Got 4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6 coming up. Beckley 4-4, number 10 in 4A. Oak Hill 5-3, number 11. This is going to be played like a playoff game. We got twin receivers to the bottom of the screen, twin to the top of the screen, put a man in motion, and we got a flag.
And
Eric, you were right. You called it on top after we had that first flag when we couldn't get the kickoff going. Now we've had nothing on this first possession, nothing but penalties, as you mentioned. Beckley with a false start, and that'll cost them 5.
And that's the 2nd time when they run that jet sweep motion that someone's moving.
So they'll take the ball back across midfield to the 48-yard line and put Beckley behind the sticks with 2nd down and 11. So we've already had a night full of penalties here on this opening possession.
Yeah, and neither team. Well, Oak Hill just had the 2 on the kickoff.
Yeah, they had 2 on the kickoff, then they jumped off sides and get Beckley a 1st down.
So 3 penalties each.
From the pistol set, they'll run the ball to Burdett up inside. He'll cross midfield and then get pushed back, but he'll get to the Oak Hill 49, and that'll bring up a 3rd down play.
And we'll go at 3rd and 8.
Yeah, they got to get the ball. You're right. They got the ball at the 49. They got to get to the 41, right? 3rd and 8.
Well, let's try to get Beckley should try to get half of this, because if you're going to go for it on the minus side of the field, now you're on the plus. This is 2 down territory.
If Beckley gets at least 3 yards, they'll go for it.
Yeah. Yep.
So let's see what they do. They're going to overload to the bottom of the screen with trips. They run out of the pistol set.
I don't know what they see here, but Oak Hill safety, you could come up and just throw it to your slot receiver.
Here's Price, sits in the pocket. He's got time. They force him out. He's going to tuck it and
wide
run.
Open.
He's going to try to get to the edge, and he'll get hit and run out of bounds. He's going to be a little short of the 1st down, but still close enough to go for it as he's inside the 45-yard line.
Wow, if you can see here on the instant replay, as he scrambled parallel to the line of scrimmage, he had Javonte Wines, number 1, setting down in the zone wide open.
So he gets to the 43. He needed 8. He got 6. and it'll bring up 4th and 2, and no question Beckley will go for it.
Yeah, definitely. And you were spot on with your assessment, Mary. So anything from 3 to 4 yards, they were going to go for it.
Right.
But good scramble. It's hard for a quarterback rolling to his left like that to square up and throw.
And also in this situation, Eric, Beckley with the ability now to either run the ball or throw the ball, either or, as it is 4th and 2. Beckley has the ball. Oak Hill has not had it yet. First possession of the game, and Oak Hill has it at the 43-yard line of Beckley, or 43-yard line of Oak Hill, beg your pardon. 4th and 2. They'll go with a power set. Last time it was this situation, Oak Hill jumped off sides. And back to throw. Price looks, going for the home run ball, got a man out there, and it's broken up. Great defensive play, and now a late flag comes in. As that looked like a pretty good defensive play, and now a flag comes in as they try to hit the ball to Clary on the far side.
No, I think that was actually to A.J. Thomas.
Was it A.J. Thomas? I beg your pardon.
Yes, but Mary, on the replay, if you don't look back and find on the ball, they're going to throw the flag, right or not. No, you're right. That was Clary. That was.
So for the second time on 4th down, Oak Hill commits a penalty, and Beckley gets a first down. And really, Eric, I was surprised they would go for the home run. Thought they would just try to maybe get your first down.
So this is our 3rd game doing Beckley, and that's the first time I've ever saw them throw out of that set.
So it's a 15-yard penalty down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for Beckley at the Oak Hill 28. They'll run the ball to Burdett. Burdett gets inside the 25, inside the 20, runs over a guy, and has a good run very close, and he might have another first down.
I think he did move the chains right there, and then a little momentum here for this Beckley offense via the interference call. And now Beckley needs to try to get one punched in here.
He had to get to the 18. He's right at the 18, and that should be a first down, but they now move the chains, and that is a first down at the Oak Hill 18-yard line. So Beckley also chewing up a lot of clock on this opening drive of the first quarter. And they'll run the ball to Burdett again. He's got some running room as he gets down near the 10-yard line, maybe inside the 10, or actually said his knee hit at the 10. And it's a good gain on first down, a gain of 8.
Gain of 8, and they came back to the same little toss into the line there out of the wing tee. And, you know, sometimes if it's not broke, don't fix it. If you got 8 yards out of 2 times in a row, I'd
Well,
run
Eric,
it again.
That's why I was surprised that on 4th and 2, Beckley would try to shoot for the whole,
and I think
everything.
It not only surprised us, the Oak Hill defense, because they were packed in, and the guy that was in man coverage the ball was slightly underthrown, or that would have been 6.
Oak Hill runs a defender out late, and it'll be 2nd down and 2 for Beckley at the 10-yard line. They'll turn around, they'll pitch it. And this will be Wines. He's shaking and baking. Wines spins all the way down and gets near the goal line, and he'll get down just shy of the goal line. It'll be 1st and goal, Beckley from the 1-yard line.
And nice that's one young man that's come on for this Beckley team late in the year has been Javante Wines, man. He's really grown up. First half of the season, not much from him, but he's been a yin to the yang in the running game for with Gage Burdett.
1st and goal for Beckley at the 1. This is the 10th play of the drive. They'll run out of the I formation, turn around, hand the ball out to Burdett, and he looks like he crossed the goal line, waiting for the officials to give the signal. The Beckley player said he's in, and now the officials say he's in, and that's a Beckley touchdown. That was a 10-play, 67-yard drive. It was aided by 2 4th down penalties by Oak Hill, and Beckley's on the board as they lead 6-0 with 6:15 remaining here in the opening quarter.
And that's what Oak Hill will have to make some adjustments. They gave a lot of penalty yards up on that drive to this Beckley football team.
So now it'll be the point after the 1-yard run by Burdett. They'll try the PAT from placement. The snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is also good. So with 6:15 remaining here in quarter number 1, it's Beckley 7, Oak Hill nothing. We'll take a break, be right back here on Video Productions.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Colder days are coming. Replace those old drafty windows and doors now. Call Window World of Beckley today. 1-800-WINDOW WORLD.
And we welcome you back to Beckley here at Van Meter Stadium. Pete Colasurto Field, Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. We have the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing, Chris Farish on stats, Jackie Moon on camera. And that was an impressive drive, Eric, as it was helped by 2 fourth-down penalties by Oak Hill. They jumped off sides and had a pass interference on 2 fourth-down plays. Beckley goes 67 yards in 10 plays, and they get a 1-yard touchdown run from Burdett, and they add the PAT. Beckley leads 7-0.
And Beckley did it via the run because they only completed 1 pass in that possession.
Here comes the kickoff. And it's returned.
It's a fumble.
The ball's out as the Oak Hill returner got over the 30. Beckley says they have it, and the officials haven't indicated it yet, and now they do. And Beckley has a fumble, and they got great field position deep in Oak Hill territory, just shy of the 30-yard line.
Wow, and that's what you didn't need. If you see on the replay, number 30 for Beckley. Let's give the young man his props. Anthony Hinkle, linebacker, 5'10", junior. Made a big special teams play. And in a rivalry game, this is one where you want to get up. If you can get up a couple scores, your defense can really pin their ears back and go after the quarterback.
Well, right after that long 10-play, 67-yard drive, now Oak Hill's got to put their defense back out there. 1st and 10, Beckley on the 31-yard line of Oak Hill. They blow the play dead. What do we got?
Would have to be encroachment.
I don't see a flag, do you?
There's no flag.
I can't really understand what the officials
It was
saying.
officials' timeout because number 71 did not, Jamarcus Mans for Beckley, did not have his mouthpiece in, so they had to send him out for 1 play. And I think that's what happened with the kicker.
Maybe.
I've never seen that enforced.
I've never seen that. But you know one thing, if you're going to have that, you'd think that would be a penalty because I always thought it was a penalty. But so they blow the play dead.
And all the time we've been broadcasting, I've never seen it.
No. So it'll be 1st and 10, Beckley. They have the ball at the Oak Hill 31 as they recover a fumble there on the kickoff.
And that actually helped Oak Hill because they had 2 people running on the field. I mean, that run was going to maybe go for big yards.
So here's Beckley. They line up in a tight formation with Gage Price up under center of the quarterback, out of the eye. And they'll give it the second man through, which is A.J. Thomas, and he's hit behind the line and slammed back to the 30. Actually, they threw him back to 35, but his progress is back right there about to the 32. So he'll lose a yard, maybe 2. Let's see where they put him down at.
Yeah, I think his forward progress was stopped immediately. Yeah, that's
back to the 33-yard line. He lost 2 on the play, 2nd and 12. So from the 33, it'll be 2nd down and 12 for Beckley. And Oak Hill is yet to have the ball after Beckley went 67 yards in 10 plays and scored. Oak Hill fumbled the kickoff, and Beckley has a 2nd and 12. Put a man in motion, which is Wines, and they pitch it to him, flag, and guess what? Penalty again, and for the 3rd time, Beckley will have a false start. And every time they put a guy in motion, as you stated earlier, Eric, Beckley has somebody that moves, and that'll cost Beckley 5 yards. So that'll take the ball back to the 38, and right now Beckley.
Right now, the stars of this game are the guys in stripes.
Yeah, the flags.
I mean, the flags flying.
And if you move, they got to call it. I mean, I think the official's doing a good job. If you're moving, the flag's got to come out, right? So it'll bring up 2nd down from the 38-yard line. 2nd and 17. Wines goes in motion again. This time it'll be a counter. Burdett tries to get to the edge. He's got a little bit of running room, and he gets back maybe to the original line of scrimmage at the 31. It'll bring up 3rd and long.
Well, I'm telling you, the Oak Hill outside linebacker may have saved a touchdown right there because he was holding on for dear life, and that was James Ludwig again. He's a tight end linebacker for this Oak Hill team because if he gets to that 2nd level, I don't think there was anybody going to catch Gage Burdett.
It'll be 3rd and 11 for Beckley at the Red Devil 32-yard line. 4.5 remaining first quarter. Have trips here to the bottom of the screen. They'll work from the shotgun.
Yeah.
Price waits on the snap.
Excuse me, Maris. They have man coverage up top.
Price takes the snap, sits in the pocket, throws the ball, and it's a bullet nearly intercepted, as is the intended receiver not able to even get close to it. And I think that was A.J. Thomas they were intending it for. And then the Oak Hill defender, that ball really came in hot, and it'll be fourth down.
If you look, he tried to rifle that one in.
So imagine they'll go for it here, Eric, because they're kind of in no man's land. They're too far for a field goal, too close to punt. And if you're Beckley, you had a negative play on first down, a penalty.
Yes.
If Beckley doesn't score, this could be a big momentum switch.
It really could. And if you're Oak Hill, you can breathe a sigh of relief because you dodged a bullet by giving Beckley an extra possession.
So it's fourth down, 4th and 11. And the last 2 times on fourth down, Oak Hill has had a penalty that's given Beckley a first down. Here's the shotgun snap. Price, they force him out of the pocket. He's rolling, looks to throws sideline. That's going to be out of bounds. There's really nobody had a chance to catch that. And Oak Hill, after they fumbled the kickoff, and like I said, they had Beckley had a negative play and a penalty. The Red Devil defense turns Beckley away.
Yeah, that was a big stop on downs right there. And once again, pressure applied by Ludwig for Oak Hill. And even if that ball was down and catchable, it wasn't going to be completed. There was a lot of white jerseys there to defend that one.
So Oak Hill will get the ball now for the first time on their own 32-yard line. And it's 4:13 remaining in the first quarter, and Beckley leads 7-0. The quarterback for the Red Devils is Antoine Hicks, 5'6", 150-pound junior. He'll work from the shotgun. Hicks puts a man in motion, takes the snap. It's going to be a running play. Across the 35, across the 40, a first down. Got a big gainer across midfield. Stiffs arm a Beckley defender and gets all the way down inside the Beckley 35-yard line as A.J. Thomas saves a touchdown for Beckley.
Yeah, and what a great play. Little inside handoff, well blocked at the point of attack. And Beckley thought they had a defense, ran past it, and once he got to the second level, and you're right, A.J. Thomas really saved a 6 right there.
And the young man, that was Cade Compton, the 5'8", 150-pound junior, as he takes it from his 32 to the Beckley 34. 1st and 10 Red Devils. They'll go trips to the top of the screen. Hicks throws the ball out in the flat. It's caught. They got some running room. They got a first down, and they got more. They get the ball down all the way to the 20-yard line. So just like that, Eric, in 2 plays, Oak Hill's hit a couple of big run and a big pass, and they're in the Beckley red zone.
And as you said, the momentum has really shifted to the Red Devils side.
Put the ball down right at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. That's a 14-yard connection on they'll let that pass out in the flat there. They did that wide receiver screen. They had numbers, and it was blocked well. So here are the Red Devils with the first down at the Beckley 20. Hicks waits on the shotgun snap, takes the snap. It's a handoff, breaks a tackle. That's Compton. He's going to get 3 or 4 yards. Looks like they put him down maybe at the 17, maybe the 16. Let's see where they spot the ball at.
And that was A.J. Thomas there on the stop. But I'm telling you, if you're Beckley fans, you don't want your safety being the leading tackler of the night, and that's 2 tackles on this possession.
They'll put the ball down at the 17-yard line. They'll pick up 3, 2nd and 7 for Oak Hill. We're under 3 minutes for the opening quarter. Hicks from the shotgun. Puts a man in motion, takes the snap. It's a jet sweep here to the near side. There's a little bit of running room, and then Beckley does a good job defending that, and that may go for nothing. That's a good play by Beckley's Gage Burdett coming up to make the stop. So that's no gain, and it'll be 3rd down and 7. So if you're Oak Hill, Eric, you're thinking you got 2 downs to pick this up.
Definitely 2 down territory. I don't see neither one of these teams punting very much tonight.
No punt, no field goals.
That's
I
right.
think it's all.
It's all you 4 downs
right.
to get 10 yards.
Yeah, not unless you're backed up deep in your own territory.
Yeah.
It's 4th and 20. You might have to punt. Other than that, you're probably going for it. So here's Hicks with it. 3rd and 7 at the Beckley 17. Trying to spread Beckley out. Work from the shotgun again. Treadway is in there as well. Hicks throws a little pass. It's caught, and it's going to be a first down, 1st and goal.
It's going to be a
and
touchdown.
More, it may be a touchdown. They get all the way to the goal line as they were able to hit that little short pass across the middle, and they get all the way down to the 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Red Devils.
And that was kind of like a jump pass if we see here on the replay. Looked like Beckley had a defense, and that was a great play by Hicks.
And that was Treadway who made the reception. The ball's at the 2-yard line, 1st and goal for the Red Devils. So, like I said, momentum when Beckley looked like they had it, and they couldn't do anything after they got that Oak Hill fumble on the Red Devil 32. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
Light box here that definitely can run situation.
And Hicks will hand it off. Compton gets into the end zone for an Oak Hill touchdown. That was a very impressive drive as Oak Hill able to take the ball from their own 32-yard line, and 6 plays later, Compton runs it in from 2, and now the Red Devils an extra point away from tying the game.
Yeah, and how easy does momentum shift in a ball game?
That's a 68-yard drive. So Beckley went 67 yards in 10 plays. Oak Hill goes 68 yards in 6 plays, and like I said, an extra point away from tying the game. But momentum is real, and we talk about it all the time. There was a warning for something. I didn't catch
illegal
that.
Equipment. What is up with the equipment? Now they're sending an Oak Hill player out with equipment.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Here we are the 10th week of the season. I don't understand about the equipment problems, but as the Red Devils line up to attempt to tie the game with the PAT here. 1:09 remaining in the quarter. And the Red Devils will attempt the extra point from placement. And let's see what we got. They're not quite ready. Now the white hat. And now we are ready to go. And we know how big these extra points are.
Yeah, especially left-footed kicker, first of the year.
There's the snap is high, and the kick is up, and it looks good, and it is good. So with 1:09 remaining in the first quarter, we're all even at 7 apiece as the Red Devils able to tie it up. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
Back in Beckley, the Red Devils, as they're able to have a nice drive there, Eric. That was a 6-play, 68-yard drive. Compton, the 2-yard run. The PAT good. We're all even at 7. As they held Beckley after Oak Hill fumbled the kickoff. Beckley had a great position, already up 7-0, 1st and 10 at the Red Devil 32. And just like that, Oak Hill's tied the game.
Yeah, and that was a big stop by that Oak Hill team because that could have maybe put them on the ropes. I know it's been early, but it's easier to come back from 7-0 to 14-0.
Here's a kickoff. Here's Burdett. He's got a lane down the sideline. The 40 crosses midfield. One man to beat. He cuts it back to the 35 all the way inside the 30-yard line on a huge kickoff return by Burdett. And Beckley in business again inside the Red Devil 30-yard line.
And that's the second game that we've done that Gage Burdett has had a big kickoff return. And what I like about it, he was decisive. He hit it up in there and took what the kick return team gave him.
It's all the way down to the Red Devil 26-yard line, and now they're saying he stepped out of bounds at the 41-yard line. But still, nevertheless, that is a huge return by the Flying Eagles. 1st and 10 at the Red Devil 41-yard line.
Yeah, so that was hard for us to see as he was running. It was right in front of the Beckley bench.
Right there. I couldn't see it. 1st and 10, Beckley. Here's Price. He puts Burdett in motion, takes the snap. They'll throw the ball short out in the flat. It's caught. In running room, 1st down and more. Clary, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Beckley.
No flags on the
play.
No
flags on that one as they hit Preston Clary for a 41-yard swing pass. And Clary able to do work down the far sideline, get in the end zone for a Beckley touchdown.
Well, that's an answer back real quick from this Beckley offense. And Clary catches that, man. He splits the defenders. He was gone on that one.
And he was able to keep his balance, too, and able to stay up and get into the end zone, and Beckley's regained the lead. I'm not sure if a flag came into the end zone. The officials, I thought maybe there was.
Yeah, a little celebration flag. You can't have more than one person get around the football.
So we've definitely had our share of penalties already
like,
in this first quarter.
They look like the fun bunch. The old,
from way back when.
Washington Redskins, now Commanders.
Yeah, you're talking about the early 80s.
The early 80s.
82, 83, Art Monk. In that game. So Beckley now will have the extra point, and I guess Beckley will be penalized on the kickoff.
So right now the penalty count is 10.
Yes. Yeah, it'll be enforced on the kickoff.
And none declined. We're talking about 10 accepted penalties.
Yeah. So that's a one-play, 41-yard drive as Price able to hit Preston Clary for the touchdown. Beckley leading 13-7, trying to tack on the extra point. The kick is on its way.
Another flag.
And a flag, and the penalty is good, and Oak Hill might have been offsides. So let's see. If they're offsides, that should count. And now, if it does count, Beckley will have an option of taking the point off and
or
going
go
for
half
two.
the distance and going to two.
So it's offsides Oak Hill. So I think they're going to take the point off the board because the kick was good and probably let them go for two here. So being Halloween night, we've got a lot of spooky things happening, a lot of crazy things already happening here in this first quarter.
Hey, and this 2 points looms big. Either way, it's a swing because, one, you took points off the board. And if you don't get it, it'll be –
well, plus you're backed up 15 yards when you kick off.
On the kick.
So no, I guess they're going to kick it anyway.
What?
I don't understand if he made it. I don't know why they moved it up to kick it again. Maybe they couldn't. Maybe they didn't count it. I don't know, but they should have counted because he made the point after. Here comes the kick, and this time it is good, and this time it will count. Yeah, I didn't quite understand that sequence, but nevertheless, with 50 seconds left in the first quarter, Beckley's regained the lead. It's Beckley 14, Oak Hill 7. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
And we welcome you back to Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School. Beckley's regained the lead. They lead 14-7 on the penalty, Eric. Now that'll back Beckley up. They'll kick off from the 25-yard line. Going back for Oak Hill to receive the kick will be Carson Treadway on the far side and Owen Gross here on the near side. And 14-7 the Beckley lead with 50 seconds remaining in the opening quarter.
And Owen Gross, his dad's in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, Chris
here.
Gross. Yes,
Chris Gross.
Played at Marshall.
Well, you talking about hard-nosed. Now that guy was hard-nosed.
And, of course, the Gross related to Atticus Goodson, who won the Kennedy Award at Independence a few years back. Across the 35 on the kickoff. And out to the 45-yard line, a nice return for the Red Devils. So it'll be 1st and 10, Oak Hill right at the 45-yard line. This is their second possession. First time and the last time they had the ball, they went 68 yards in 6 plays, and Compton had a 2-yard touchdown run. But we've had definitely our share of flags already, Eric, here in the first quarter, and we still got 43 seconds left in it.
Yeah, the quarter's not over. We've had a game full of flags here in the first quarter.
So Antoine Hicks will bring him out of the huddle. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Devils on their own 45-yard line. And they've got trips now. They'll send a guy in motion. They'll run the ball up inside, and that's Compton, and he'll go nowhere as Beckley was ready for that. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Red Devils. Final 30 seconds of the first quarter. We get a minute, we'll update you some scores. Most of the game started a half an hour before we did tonight. And we'll try to get you caught up here in week 10 of the high school football season.
Very important week this week.
Yep. A lot of teams, as in this game, battling for playoff positioning, trying to secure at least maybe 1, maybe 2 home games in the postseason. 2nd and 10 for the Red Devils. Hicks in the shotgun, waits on the snap, gets it, hands the ball to Compton, and Compton gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and you were all over it as the penalty flags come flying in, and they had him stopped, but that will tack 15 yards onto the end of the run.
Well, the reason they had him stopped because it was a big claw on that face mask.
Yanked him.
It yanks him down, right there.
Right there, yep. And that's right, too, in the center of the field where everybody can see. You were right on it right the second it happened. And they'll mark the penalty yardage off, and that'll be a first down for the Red Devils. So that penalty will take the ball across midfield and get the ball down to the Beckley 40-yard line with a first down. And that will be the final play of the first quarter. So at the end of one, Beckley with the lead, 14-7. Take a break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches? It's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if Compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Colder days are coming. Replace those old drafty windows and doors now. Call Window World of Beckley today. 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD.
We start the second quarter, and with the Beckley penalty, Eric, Oak Hill will have it 1st and 10 at the Beckley 41. And you made the statement during the commercial that we started the game, the quarter with the penalty, and we ended the quarter with the penalty. We had a bunch of penalties in between.
Yes, we did.
So 1st and 10 at the Beckley 41. Here's Hicks, rolls the pocket. He can run. He's looking to throw. He's near the sideline. He throws it, and it's intercepted. That's a great defensive play by Gage Burdett as Burdett steps in front, picks it off, and Beckley's turned him over for the second time tonight.
Yeah, what a play by Burdett as he's right there in the middle of the screen. He leaves the screen, but he's following the quarterback's eyes. Good pursuit and stepped in front for an interception.
Yeah, that was tough on Hicks, and Beckley did a good job. They forced him out of the pocket, and he's rolling to his left, trying to throw the ball back against his grain, against his body.
And it's just so hard to do.
So Beckley will take over with the interception. That's Oak Hill's second turnover of the night. Beckley has it on their own 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Price up under center. Turns around, hands it to Burdett. He's got running room. He's got a first down. He's across the 40. And a good hard run that time by Burdett, who just came up with the interception. And now a good hard run out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and that'll be good for, 14 yards?
Yes, and that'll be a first down. Actually, that'll be a 15-yard run.
15-yarder.
Yeah.
Hey, that's that bad math by me.
Yeah. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for Beckley on their own 44-yard line. Here's Price up under center, Beckley with the tight formation. They'll turn around and hand the ball to Wines this time. He's got running room. He's breaking free, and that's a touchdown-saving tackle, or it looked like Wines was going to go take that to the house as he crosses midfield and gets the ball all the way down to the Red Devil 41-yard line.
And I know I said it early, but Wines, him establishing himself has really helped out Burdett, because Burdett was truly the bell cow in those first couple of games. It was just run, and now with the Wines, it's another weapon for the offense.
Oak Hill's taking a timeout while we got a minute. Eric, see if you can update our viewers on some scores.
Yeah, like we said, some big games going on across the state. And Princeton, boys, the juggernaut just keeps rolling. They're on the road at Hurricane, and they're up 27-0 in the second quarter.
Yeah, and this has been a really down year for Hurricane, who's normally a really good team. Yeah.
It has. Here's a 3A matchup versus a 4A playoff team. Herbert Hoover, number 7 in AAA, hosting number 9 4A Parkersburg, and Herbert Hoover's holding a 14-7 lead in that one.
Big game in Morgantown tonight between University and Morgantown.
And that one's still holding same score in the second quarter. Morgantown scored early and holding on to a 7-0 lead in the second quarter. Spring Mills on the road at Parkersburg South, a former Beckley opponent. Spring Mills up 6-0 in the second quarter.
So out of the Oak Hill timeout, Beckley has a first down They have the ball there at the Red Devil 41-yard line.
And I think this was a good timeout by the Oak Hill staff because right after the turnover, 2 big running plays, settle your team down. Like, you're still in it. You don't want to give up a touchdown here, so you got to really blow up and try to get a stop.
Price turns around, hands the ball to Burdett up inside. They get the ball inside the 40 before they push him back. He'll get about 3 yards. Let's see, I think they'll put him down at the 38-yard line. The Red Devils have turned it over twice tonight. They fumbled a kickoff, and they threw an interception as the ball is spotted at the Red Devil 38-yard line. 2nd 7, Beckley goes quick, and up the middle, not much there.
Yeah, nothing there.
Yeah, yard maybe. And they got to umpile them, and we'll see where they put the ball down at.
Yeah, I think they may give them a generous spot of 1.
So it'll bring up 3rd down. And Beckley going real quick again. Ball at the 37-yard line. They go quick, hand the ball. Wines tries to get to the edge, and good defensive play by the Red Devils. That's a nice play by Truman. And now it'll bring up 4th down for Beckley.
And I understand going quick, but sometimes that hurts your offense a little bit. Now they're going to come in with a package, in what everybody knows is a throwing situation.
Yeah, they got the ball at the 36. It's 4th and 5. On the 2 previous 4th downs, Oak Hill committed penalties that kept Beckley's drive alive.
Yeah, they really kept the drive going on the initial scoring drive for Beckley.
So from the 36 of the Red Devils, it's 4th and 5. They work out of the pistol set. Burdett lines up behind Price. Price takes the shotgun snap, looks to throw, throws near side. It's deflected, and the Red Devils will get off the field as their defense stands tall, and they turn Beckley away.
And that's 2 big stops, so no points off of turnovers for Beckley, and that bodes well for Oak Hill. But I think what happened, Beckley did have 2 big runs until the timeout. And Coach Devon Marion settled his troops down, and they got a much-needed stop.
And another thing you said, Beckley went real quick, and then kind of their tempo,
and
they didn't gain much out of it.
They didn't gain anything.
But it's odd, Eric. Beckley's had the ball 4 times. They have 2 touchdowns and turned it over on downs twice.
Yeah, and Oak Hill's had the ball 3 times and turned it over twice.
Yeah, they've had the ball twice because they had the fumble,
Well, score and a fumble.
Right.
Or turnover, excuse me.
Interception. Then they had a fumble on the kickoff. But Oak Hill takes over with the 1st down. Here's a running play. That's Compton up the middle. And Beckley's ready for him. They throw him back. And they need to blow the whistle because I'll tell you, there's a lot going on up inside when they run the ball. Once they grab him, they just ought to just blow the whistle, right?
And, I hate the late whistles on the Powell because once the whistle came, it looked like Beckley had the football. But clearly they didn't. His momentum was stopped.
So the
and it's easy for 7 people to take the ball from 1 person.
The gain goes to the 38-yard line, a pickup of 2. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Beckley leading 14-7. And let's see what the Red Devils will do here on this 2nd and 8 play from their own 38-yard line. Hicks waits on the shotgun snap.
Looks like Beckley's going to try to bring some heat on this one.
And they do. They'll hand the ball off, trying to get to the edge. Will they get there? Nope. Good job by Beckley as they give the ball to Treadway, and he try to bounce it outside, and Beckley was ready for it.
Preston Clary with a great tackle from the corner position. He almost induced a block in the back.
And that's a loss back to the 35. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11. 3rd and 11 for Oak Hill, and we stated back in the pregame a couple years ago, this is Oak Hill had Beckley right where they wanted him.
Right where they wanted him.
3rd and 11.
3rd and 11. They'd ring the bell here. They don't do that anymore. They do that ring the bell, and every time they ring the bell, Oak Hill would ring a 1st down or a touchdown.
Or they'd crack the bell, make it the Liberty Bell, right? We'll see what the Red Devils will do on 3rd and 11 from their own 35-yard line.
Well, the guy in the slot was uncovered that went in motion for Oak Hill.
Hicks takes the snap, sets in the pocket. They force him out. He's near the sideline, throws the ball back across his body, and it's caught for a 1st down. What a beautiful play, as that is a nice reception, and hauling that in is Owen Gross as he climbs the ladder, and a Oak Hill 1st down into Beckley territory.
Yeah,
wow.
That's just what you can't have happen as we see on the instant replay. That ball's up for grabs, and Owen Gross climbs the ladder to get it. And you just can't have that happen. That's a backbreaker for a defense.
Like we said, Oak Hill had Beckley right where they wanted him, right? And they pick up a 1st down on 3rd and 11. They cross midfield to the Beckley 48.
As history repeats itself, right?
1st and 10, Red Devils on Beckley's side of the field, as I mentioned, at the 48-yard line. Throw the ball in the flat. It's caught. Treadway now will zig and zag. He's got some running room. He's got a 1st down. He's inside the 40, and he gets all the way down to the Beckley 35-yard line. A nice play by Carson Treadway.
And Oak Hill's cooking offensively right now in the passing game.
Yeah, back-to-back first downs. This is a nifty little play. They throw the ball here to the near side, and now he zigs and he zags, and he finds a little lane, little high kick, high step in there, Eric, and all the way to the Beckley 35.
Yeah, great play, great run after the catch, because that was a throw for -2 that ended up plus, 12?
Yeah, that's a plus 13 from the 48 to the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Devils at the Beckley 35-yard line. Hicks takes the snap and hand the ball to Compton up inside. There's running lane. He's inside the 30, runs over a Beckley defender, and he's very close to yet another Oak Hill first down. He might be just a tad short, but a huge run on first down.
And once again, your safety, A.J. Thomas, has to make a tackle, and that's who you don't want leading you. I will reiterate that. You don't want that to be your leading tackler on the night.
Yeah, the ball just shy of the 25-yard line. They got 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd and short. Actually, it's 2nd and about 6 inches. So Oak Hill got a little momentum. It seems like after they've turned Beckley over on downs, they picked up the momentum.
Yeah, and here we're getting ready to get close to that 5-minute mark in the first half. And whereas if you're Oak Hill,
pass out in the flat, first down and more inside the 20, and that'll be another package of downs as they go to Gross, and he's able to haul it in and get inside the Beckley 20 and to the 19, first down for the Red Devils. So good-looking drive for Oak Hill right now. As they, like I said, they're on the far side hash at the 19. This will be the 7th play of the drive. We're coming up on the halfway point of the second quarter. It's been a very entertaining and kind of little, because it's Halloween, a little spooky trick-or-treat kind of night here in Beckley.
Hey, a lot of momentum swings early, a lot of flags.
A lot of flags. Thought I saw Dracula hanging in the crowd. There's a running play up inside, and Beckley slams the door on Compton. I don't think they're going to give him no gain on the play.
Yeah, that was finally someone in the middle of the Beckley defense. I didn't see who it was. Finally stood up against the run, because Beckley's been getting gashed in the running game here early.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Red Devils. Ball at the Beckley 19. We've got our window open here. It's a cold night out, but it doesn't seem like much of the wind anymore.
Yeah, it looks like it's died down a little bit.
Yep. So here comes a 2nd and 10 play for the Red Devils. Hicks from the shotgun. They're under 10 on the play clock. They blow the whistle, and what do we got?
Maybe a timeout.
We have a timeout. While we take a minute, we'll let you know that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Scotty Brown, your local State Farm agent in Shady Spring. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Scotty Brown there for you, 681-238-6130. Also, the game tonight is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, you can check out Aluka Richmond, who is the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. Check him out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Edward Jones. Heather Cantley is the Edward Jones financial advisor. She's my financial advisor. She can be yours as well. She helped me plan for my retirement, and she can help you plan for yours as well. She's got a new location, Harper Road in Beckley. You can dial up Heather at 681-254-0097. And the game tonight brought to you by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets, proud sponsor of local sports. You can call them at 304-252-2917. Out of the Oak Hill timeout, they have one left now, Eric. 5:18 for the half. 2nd and 10 for the Red Devils at the Beckley 19.
Yeah, and you know what? Here in the red zone, this is where your offense, it gets a little tougher to score, because you can't run as deeper routes, and the defense can really, try to capitalize on.
Hicks takes the snap. He's rolling. Throws the ball short. It's caught. And it's going to be close to a first down, and maybe that last lunge will get a first down inside the 10, and it will. They had to get to the 9, and that will be enough for a Red Devil first down. As once again, that's Gross on the reception, 1st and goal for the Red Devils.
And Hicks did a great job. As you see, Gross comes across the formation and makes that catch.
And actually, they'll put the ball at the 8-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal for Oak Hill. So Gross has stepped up big for the Red Devils. Trips here to the bottom of the screen on 1st and goal at the Beckley 8. Hicks takes the snap, rolls the pocket. He's out in the open, and he breaks a tackle. He zigzags, breaks another tackle, and how did he get back to the line of scrimmage? It looked like he was going to be sacked back at the 15-yard line, Eric, and he found a way.
And that was tremendous effort from Hicks. And you didn't want to take a sack there because that would have – but getting back to the line of scrimmage makes that way more manageable from the 8. It would have been probably sacked way back at the 15.
At the 15 at least,
yes.
And maybe I thought he was going to throw it away, and he was able to avoid the sack and just get back to the line of scrimmage.
And that was a great individual effort by him and poor tackling for Beckley because you'd rather have them scrimmage 2nd and 15 than 2nd and 8.
Of course, yeah. Yep, and going under 10 for the play clock. Oak Hill just now got to play in the huddle, and they just now break the huddle to 5.
And it doesn't look like they're going with any – now.
They better hurry. They don't have one timeout. I don't think they're not going to get the playoff. They're going to have to burn their final timeout. So they do take their final timeout with 3:48 left in the half. We'll take a quick break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Out of the timeout, and Eric, that was Oak Hill's final timeout of the half, but you couldn't afford to take a penalty there. You had to take the timeout.
So two great good things happen. You take your timeout, you get them settled down, and just right before that, Oak Hill avoided a sack. So
you got to think no field goals here. They got 3 downs to pick up 8 yards. They'll run the ball to the edge, trying to get to the edge and cut it back inside. Beckley's defense does a good job, and they'll have nothing of that. And they should have blown the play dead. Is they're going to say they throw for a 2-yard loss? Actually, it looked like he got back to the line of scrimmage, but I felt they should have blown the play.
Well, they gave
dead.
him a 2-yard loss, and the next thing is he has to go out of the game because the play wasn't blown dead, and the young man's helmet came off.
Yeah,
and he has to go out of the contest.
Right. So it'll bring
I
up.
think that's on the refs. You're right. His forward momentum will stop. Blow the whistle.
Yep. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 10. Clock's turning. Real quickly, Eric, you got a score in that Bridgeport-Fairmont game.
The Fairmont was up early, and it's all Bridgeport from there. 48-21 in the second quarter, Bridgeport.
Yeah, the last score you gave was 14-13 Fairmont. And just like that, Bridgeport's turned the tides on them. All right, big 3rd down play, and once again, Oak Hill's got Beckley right where they want him.
Yes, and and we know this. And as Owen Gross goes into motion.
Here's Hicks with the snap, sets in the pocket, looks, throws, it's caught. Gross makes the connection. He gets inside the 5 and makes 4th down a much more manageable play, Eric, as he gets the ball to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, and what a good route right there. Bring him in motion across the defense. And Beckley played it good, but I'd like to see the corner a little more aggressive on a set-down route. You got to try to make a play on the ball, but this is the play of the half, right?
Yeah,
this is the play of the half.
4th and goal. From the 3, I don't think if you're Oak Hill, you can try to run between the tackles.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you go shotgun and where Hicks
out on the edge.
And he's been doing a good job of eluding and evading tackles.
On 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. And just that, here comes a blitz, and it's a great defensive play by Beckley. They throw it away, and it's incomplete, but still a great defensive play by Beckley. I'm surprised they didn't blow it dead there, as that was Burdett as he shot the gap.
Right now, Gage Burdett is having a well of a game.
But even right here, Eric, it looked like he had him right there. I thought they should have blown the whistle.
Yes.
But Beckley will take over on downs as they stop Oak Hill. That was a 12-play drive that ends on downs, and Beckley will take over. They'll have it on their own 3-yard line.
Okay, so this is danger zone for this Beckley team because what we've seen 2 games that we've broadcast here where they've had the lead right in this same situation. You don't want to do anything where you can give Oak Hill the ball back. You want to let me say, be a little conservative here.
Run the ball. Run the ball, be conservative. If you have to punt, that's not the worst thing that you can do.
It is not.
It's better than trying to force it and have a turnover if you're Beckley. We'll see what they do from their own 3. Price up under center, turns around, hands it off, and Oak Hill stacks it up right there. But like I said, if that's the case, and see, they need to blow the whistle there because it looked like they were still had him stood up. And once they had him stood up, he wasn't going anywhere. They should blow the whistle. And he'll give him a yard out to the 4-yard line. And I do think that was Burdett on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 9. And Oak Hill doesn't have any timeouts. If you're Beckley, you can even run this clock down, Eric. You're at 1:30. Oak Hill can't stop the clock. And if you're Beckley, I would run the play clock down and snap it, with maybe 1 second left on the play clock. And, because you definitely don't want to punt deep here in your own territory.
Yeah, exactly
and
right.
One first down, you can get out of here and go to the locker room with the lead from the 4 on 2nd down. They fumbled the ball, picked it back up, and zigging and zagging and getting out to the 10-yard line would turn out to be a pretty good play for Beckley after Price fumbled the ball.
And it was almost disaster again, closing out halves.
And Beckley calls a timeout with 1:07 remaining.
Well, you got some breathing room now, and I think they can't stop the clock on the other side if you're Oak Hill. So maybe just try to pick up the first down. Hey, you might break one.
So while we got a minute, let you know that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road, and Beckley. They're having their Bowl-a-Ween tonight, but it's hard to believe that just 2 months from tonight they'll be having their Rocket New Year's Eve Bowl-a-thon, and we'll talk about that. And for more information, you can dial them up, and you can find out about that at 304-253-7328. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Infinity Coal Company, located in Sophia. They're hiring experienced and underground miners, and you can apply online at the United Coal Company's Facebook page. Also, the game brought to you by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. Your favorite Italian dishes plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood. Catering and private parties available. Book your next event at Pasquale's by calling 304-255-5253. And by Allstate Insurance. Allstate Insurance located at Market Road in Beckley. You're in good hands with Allstate and good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. 304-252-8646. Ball at the 10-yard line, Eric. 3rd down and 3 for Beckley with 1:07 left in the half.
Yeah, and I'm anxious to see what they dial up here. Looks like you're going for that tight formation, and you got man coverage up top of the screen on Preston Clary. So are they going to do a halfback pass?
Burdett. They are going to look for a halfback pass. Burdett reverses his field. He'll turn it up, and he will get the first down. He'll get across the 15 out to the 16 and a first down for Beckley.
That was well defensed by Oak Hill because it looked like he was setting up to throw the deep ball to Preston Clary.
It looks like Beckley may burn in yet another timeout with 55 seconds left in the half, and they have a first down out to the 16-yard line. No, they're not calling a timeout. They're letting the clock run.
That was a gutsy play a heads-up play by Burdett to pick up that first down.
Well, really, Eric, if you're Beckley, you could just take a knee, and now there's a timeout. So Beckley will burn the timeout, and with 43 seconds left in the half, I thought maybe they just might take a knee and get to the locker room. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us. New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us. New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
46 seconds left in the half. Beckley has a first down on their own 16-yard line, and you don't want to get too cute here, Eric, and maybe try to force something. You've got the lead at 14-7. But Beckley looks like they're set up to throw the ball. They'll go empty. They will throw the ball. They'll throw it short. It's caught across the 20. That's Clary. They run him out of bounds to stop the clock. He gets a first down as Clary hauls it in and gets across the 25.
I like that play call.
It's safe.
It's safe. Throw it behind the line of scrimmage. You had I see a play that they might run off of that. Like maybe pitch
lateral?
it. Yes.
Yeah. They get the ball to the 27-yard line, and like I said, Clary got out of bounds, first down with 40 seconds left.
Which was a heads-up play from your senior, but now anything's possible.
And Beckley still's got one timeout.
They have one timeout, and you can You can throw
use
deep.
the whole field.
You can use the whole field, huh? But I can see now that Oak Hill's got two safeties high, man, so it's going to be tough deep.
Price rolls the pocket, looks to throw here near side, throws to the sideline, and it's caught. A.J. Thomas makes the catch as he catches it right there, and there's a flag comes in.
It's going to be on A.J. Thomas.
So Thomas hauls it in. He took a big hit as he's knocked out of bounds about the 35-yard line right below us at the Beckley bench, and then after the play, the flag came in. Let's watch the replay, Eric, and see if we can see what happened.
Let's see what we can see here.
So that's a big hit. And did he get up and say something, or he threw the ball? No, I don't know.
He threw the ball to the ref.
Yep.
I was on 71.
Yeah. So that's a huge penalty that hurt a good positive play for Beckley.
Well, I was just going to say, if they called that on 5, which was A.J. Thomas,
yeah,
all he did was throw the ball to the ref.
He took a big hit, tossed it to the ref like you're supposed to, but I didn't actually see what the lineman did as the ball goes back to the 22-yard line.
Okay.
22.
Let's see what he did here. What?
Yeah, I'm not sure. The flag came in like way after the play. So back to the 22-yard line. It's 1st and 15. Beckley will have trips to the bottom of the screen. They'll work from the pistol set. Price waits on the shotgun snap, takes it, turns around, hands it to Burdett. He's got some running room, crosses the 30, gets hit and gets out across the 35.
Gets a first down.
He's very close to it. I think he's about a yard shy of the first down, and Beckley might have to burn their final timeout. And I think they did because he does not have a first down. They've stopped the clock.
No, they didn't take a timeout.
Yeah, so the clock. They're saying a first down, but they shouldn't be. Or the chains aren't set.
Yeah, it's not a first down. The chain gang's
got first down, but it's not.
A little too overzealous.
Yeah.
And now
Beckley takes their final timeout because that wasn't a first down, and it should be second down, and now they do have second down over there. It's second and short from their own 38-yard line. So, Eric, you have an update on the Nicholas County Independence game.
Yeah, at halftime over at Coal City, it's Nicholas County 14. Independence 14.
So I know that many people like, wow, even though Nicholas County only won 2 games, you and I saw them earlier, we know they got a pretty good team. Of course, Independence had battling some injuries.
Okay, yeah, and they are. So let's stay in the AA ranks. A team that Independence beat, Bluefield, 41 points up in the second quarter at Riverview.
And 41 to
nothing.
And Bluefield probably will get locked into that 2 position in Class AA.
Yeah, and Roane County, number 8, Roane County, hosting Polka, they're up 28-0.
Well, now both teams are out of timeouts, Eric. There's only 18 seconds left. You just don't want to throw the ball over the middle of the field. If it's not there, you throw it away, or you can go into the locker room because, you've got the lead, and you don't want to do anything that could hurt you. Now we got another flag. Wow, and I got to believe it's on the offense. They blowed the play dead as the offense got going, and that's the 4th false start on Beckley in this game. And I think with all that happening, if I was Beckley, Eric, I think I would just take a knee and get in the locker room.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've seriously, I've never seen this many flags in the first half.
And, we talked about it. I don't know if we talked about it on air or whether we were in a commercial break, but you had mentioned that we hope we didn't have a lot of flags, and boy, have we had them. So the penalty takes the ball back to the 32-yard line with 18 seconds left in the half. Neither team has a timeout, and you think Beckley would just run the ball, and they do. And Wines gets to the outside. He cuts up across the 40. They run him out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. And that'll be 11 seconds left, but it will be a Beckley first down. And now
15 yards.
Now another late flag comes in. And 2 of them comes in. That'll be a dead ball foul, and depends on which way the penalty will go.
Well, I'm thinking 73 for Oak Hill at the end of this play. It's going to happen back behind the camera.
Yeah.
It's in a pile of people. I don't know. I think it was some jawing something going on. Right here.
You said you were all over it, and that'll tack 15 on to the end of the run. With 11 seconds left and no timeouts, the ball will go across midfield, Eric, and Beckley can figure if they can hit a sideline pass or a pass and spike it, might have a chance at a field goal.
Yeah, and now that wind has died down, so
right.
what we were talking about, and you had a chance at a 48-yarder, so what do you need to pick up, 15? Another flag.
Now another flag. And they might tack even more yardage, and Beckley not only maybe a field goal, can maybe take a shot at the end zone.
this is one I don't like. Let the kids decide it.
Yeah. You want to maybe talk to him, hey, but you don't want to keep throwing flags.
Yeah, and I think 73, if that's his second, he's ejected. No, that's on 26.
So that's 30 yards and penalties this one play. This drive started on their own 3-yard line.
Yeah.
And now that's 30 yards in penalties just in this sequence. And this will take the ball where Beckley, with 11 seconds left in the half, Eric, they can take a shot in the end zone.
Well, yeah, you could take a shot in the end zone here. And then if you're thinking 3, you could pick up a good 10 and run your field goal team and get out of bounds, run something safe, that jet sweep or that little bubble, and tell your guy to get out of bounds, and you run your kicking team out there and try a field goal.
From the 27-yard line of Oak Hill. It's back-to-back unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, 30 yards in penalties. Like I said, Beckley started this drive back on their own 3-yard line after they stopped Oak Hill on 4th and goal. They have the ball now at the Red Devil 27. No timeouts left, 11 seconds left in the half.
Well, looks in this formation, Preston Clary is the right tight end. They might try to sneak him out and throw it here.
Price to throw. Looks down the center of the field. Got a man out there, and it is caught for the touchdown. A.J. Thomas hauls it in, and another flag comes in the end zone. That was a 97-yard drive, 7 plays, 97-yard drives, 30 yards in penalties.
Hey, that was drawn up good because Preston Clary cleared out, and A.J. Thomas was right in the middle of the field for the catch.
Now let's see what the flag is.
Oh, it's going to be unsportsmanlike on number 5.
For A.J. Thomas for the celebration. Of course, the touchdown will count with 4 seconds left in the half. Beckley now is opened the lead to 20-7, and if you're Oak Hill, you just got snake bit of this turn of events.
He was doing Michael Jackson the Thriller, I think.
Yeah, for Halloween, right?
Yeah.
But, wow, a 97-yard drive, a 7-play 97-yard drive that was aided by two big 15-yard penalties. And Beckley even had a penalty, too.
Yes. That moved it back 15.
Yeah. Oh, 5.
Or 5, yes.
Well, actually 15 maybe from where he would have been.
From where he would have been.
Right.
Yes.
So this has been a wild and crazy first half.
We said it at the top of the game. It's going to be a lot of tricks and a lot of treats.
Yep, and right now the treats have been with Beckley is they're an extra point away from taking a 14-point lead into the locker room. And here's the snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. With 4 seconds left in the first half, your new score is Beckley 21 and Oak Hill 7. That was a 7-play, 97-yard drive, a 27-yard touchdown pass from Price to A.J. Thomas.
So I do have to give you an update. They did eject number 73.
Okay.
Yes, they ejected him. So and then but I guess the other unsportsmanlike, because that was his second unsportsmanlike conduct.
Number 73?
Yes, has been ejected for Oak Hill.
He was already ejected on this roster because I don't see him. Let me find him. He's not on the roster here, so he was already ejected before he started, I guess.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, Beckley, in a wild turn of events, they stopped Oak Hill on 4th down from the 3-yard line, and they were able to go 97 yards in 7 plays, aided by two unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, 30 yards of penalties, and able to score with 4 seconds remaining in the half and take a 21-7 lead. Now Beckley will be penalized from the celebration of A.J. Thomas from scoring the touchdown, and Beckley is backed up to the 25-yard line where they will kick off. Coming up at halftime, we'll have Raleigh County Assistant Superintendent Eric Dillon will be my guest. And wow, what a wild and crazy first half this has been.
But I told you the first play was a precursor of what was going to go on.
Yeah.
Because he had the first quarter start
with
on
the
a penalty,
and the quarter ended on a penalty. Yeah, and we've had a lot of penalties in between.
A lot in between.
So here comes the kickoff from the 25, and they'll kick it deep right down the center of the field. Take a high hop. Without a penalty will be the final play of the half. As there's the sound and the horn, and Beckley will take a 2-touchdown lead into the locker room. So on this senior night, Halloween night here in Beckley, at the break, Beckley 21, Oak Hill 7. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have Raleigh County Assistant Superintendent Eric Dillon will be my guest as 21-7 the Beckley lead here on Video Productions.
He gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
Hey, grab me one too.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
And we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium, Pete Colasurto Field here in Beckley. And at the break, the Flying Eagles have a 2-touchdown lead. They lead the Oak Hill Red Devils 21-7. Happy Halloween, everybody. I'm Maris Lowry, and my halftime guest is Raleigh County Assistant Superintendent Eric Dillon. And Eric, I know you were out in the stands for most of the first half before you came up here. It looks like it's even a little colder than maybe what I thought it was going to be, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot colder. At least it's not raining like it was yesterday. It was an exciting first half. Did have a lot of penalties, but it was a good, well-played first half. I mean, Beckley's up on the leaderboard, so that's always great.
Speaking of last night, of course, I was over at Independence. We called the Raleigh County Middle School Football Championship, and we had heavy winds and rain. And congratulations to Independence. They won their third straight county championship. They beat Beckley Stratton 6-0. But the weather was a mess. At least tonight, even though it's cold, it's still we don't have that rain and don't have that wind like we had last night.
Absolutely, and hats off to Independence. They've had a good three back-to-back run there, and so that's great. And yet he had Woodrow Soccer play last night in some nasty conditions as well, and they punched their ticket to the state tournament, so it was a good evening for Raleigh County.
Well, that sounds good, and it's been good for Raleigh County. And of course, Eric Video Productions, we've partnered with Raleigh County, and we try to do all sports on all levels. And Eric and I, and whoever else is doing the games, our crew, we're at all these high schools and middle schools. We're at Independence for middle school football, high school. We're at Glen Daniel for Liberty. We've been there a couple times. Shady, of course, Beckley here tonight. And this is Eric and I's second time. Bill O'Brien was here when the season started. So we make all of our rounds, and I'm looking forward to going to the new gym at Park. Haven't been in that yet, but I'm looking forward to that when basketball season rolls around. But this is kind of your baby, where you take care of the facilities. I mean, I say all these facilities really look great. They've got major upgrades, and you've done a great job, you and your staff.
Well, I appreciate that, Maris, but most of all, we appreciate you guys. What Video Productions does for Raleigh County and our student athletes is just second to none. I've said on air before, when I was a kid, I'm 47 years old, when I was a kid, it was a huge game in the grade school county championships to be on the radio.
Right.
Then in junior high, it was a huge game to be on the radio. Now these grade school, these middle school, and these high school kids, they're on TV. I mean, all sorts of sports, not just football,
right,
basketball, volleyball, middle school football, basketball. So it's great, and we're so appreciative of you and what this product does for our student athletes.
Right. And, you're talking about that. We did Shady Volleyball on Tuesday, and then we had a dual broadcast last night while I was at Independence. We had John Smith at Shady and Morgan Payne at Shady doing the Shady game. We'll have Shady Volleyball Monday, but coming up on November 17th here on the campus of Beckley Woodrow Wilson High School, we'll have the third place in the championship game of the Raleigh County Grade School basketball. So once again, we'll have, as you mentioned, from all the way grade school all the way to high school and all the sports we'll have.
Here at Raleigh County, we're really excited about what Shady's doing this year in volleyball, that they have a great team, really have a good chance to win a state championship, and what our Beckley Flying Eagles here are doing in volleyball. They have a chance to punch their ticket to the state tournament as well. Then that grade school or county championship game you're talking about, it'll be packed out over in that gym, and it's a great atmosphere. If you've never been here and you're listening or watching tonight, come out, and it's great to have the product on TV, but it is an absolute electrifying atmosphere for that grade school county championship.
And all these football stadiums I go to, all the tracks look like they've been upgraded, and I love the fencing that's right around the track. I think that's a major upgrade.
Right. So this summer we did do a major upgrade to here in Liberty High School. So we completely resurfaced the tracks, as you can see. We took out all the grass on the inside of here and Liberty High School. We reconstructed the fencing, put the black coating on it. We redid the tennis courts out front, so it really is an upgrade to your facilities. When I look at Woodrow Wilson Stadium here, we have touched everything in the stadium except for the visitor bleachers. So, I mean, how many people can say that? So you really can tell it, and that's due to the Raleigh County and what the community does for us, and we're happy to provide this facility for these kids to play in.
Of course, Raleigh County, Beckley next week will host the state soccer tournament. Of course, Video Productions along with the National High School Federation Network will be part of that. That'll be pay-per-view. But Beckley, once again, will be in it. They're defending their crown. They won it a year ago. Your son's a big part of that. I know you're looking forward to that next week.
Absolutely. We're always excited to have the state tournament here in Beckley. It's great for our community. It's been here for several years. But it's really great when we have a local team. In Beckley this year, they have a great soccer team. Those guys are really exciting to watch. They're defending state champions, and they absolutely have a chance to win it again.
Eric, as we sit here on this Halloween night, October the 31st, and Eric and I were talking about it during the first half of the broadcast, it's hard to believe 2 months from tonight is New Year's Eve. Where is this school year gone? This opening semester seems like when school started in September, we started football, we blink, we're in the 10th week. I know all the sports overlap. Where football's winding down, soccer's winding down, volleyball, we're getting ready to get into the winter sports, wrestling, basketball, etc. It seems like it's just flying by.
It has. We've had a great start to the school year countywide, and we are wrapping down the fall season, and we're so excited. Our cross-country team here is having a great year, and the fall season are about to wrap up, and before you know it, you'll be in winter sports, and we're really excited countywide about what our winter sports can do this winter, and it's been a great school year countywide.
Before I let you go, I know you and everybody else associated with the Board of Education, and everybody is really excited when Park able now to finally have a home court. I don't think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's been 4 years since they've actually been able to play on their own home court. Might even be longer, right?
Yeah, Park Middle School went 4 years.
I thought 4 years. Yeah, 4 years. Yeah.
Without a gymnasium, and they were so patient, and they were great to work with, the students and Dr. Harris, the principal there. But now they do have a state-of-the-art gym. We're really proud of that gym. I've been in it. They've had their volleyball season in it. They're going to have a great basketball season. We still have some things going on. We're still doing a concession stand with it. We're still in that construction phase, and we're into what we're calling phase 2 at Park Middle. We're doing some work on the back and the band room and the breezeway and the parking lot. But it's coming along slowly but nicely, and we're really excited about the product that we have now, the building we have, and it's another great thing for our students and our student athletes at Park Middle School.
Well, you guys done a great job. Only one other thing I would say, hopefully at Liberty, Independence, and Shady, we get a little bit bigger press box. If we can do that, because here at Beckley, we've got plenty of room, and I'll tell you, and I know that at the time when each one of those 3 press boxes were built, they did not have the kind of media coverage that they have now, but that's the only thing. If we could get just a little bit bigger, everything else I'm good with.
I hear you. We spoke earlier about the tracks that we resurfaced here at Woodrow and Liberty. Next summer will be Shady and Independence. So we'll be able to touch those facilities as well. But, we'll look in those press boxes for Video Productions. We may put a Video Productions
we appreciate
logo
that.
on it. Yeah.
There you go. I would most definitely appreciate it. I'm sure Butch Mounts would appreciate that as well.
Absolutely.
Well, Eric, I'll let you get back with your family enjoying the second half. Beckley on this senior night leads by 2 scores, 21-7. Before I let you go, what do you think might take place second half?
Well, Oak Hill's going to get the ball to start the second half, but I know Coach Surratt, know him well. I'm sure he's in there. And in the locker room right now talking about a 2-touchdown lead and reminding his kids just to play football. These personal fouls, they want to commit them, let them commit them, but let's just play football and take care of our business and come out with a win tonight.
Yeah, Beckley can get the win tonight and go on the road and beat GW next week. More than likely, they'll probably get a home game.
Absolutely. I think they're 10 right now.
Yeah, 10 right now, correct.
GW 7-2.
Yes.
So they have the everything they want to achieve is in front of them.
Right. Well, Eric, we appreciate you taking the time. Always a pleasure. You're doing a great job. And also, when you see my sister-in-law Monday, just tell her that her favorite brother-in-law says hey.
Will do. Appreciate you, Maris.
All right, thank you very much. All right, we'll take a break. Be right back. Beckley leads 21-7 here on Video Productions.
When you're in need of a plumber, you want someone that's going to treat you like family. Modley's Plumbing and Heating, a family-owned business since 1987, wants you to know our customers and employees are as important as family. Built by family to families, quality work is our hallmark at Modley's Plumbing and Heating. So the next time you're in need of a plumber, give Modley's Plumbing and Heating a call at 304-253-HELP. Help to Modley's means handling every little problem.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
Access Health began as a small clinic with a simple yet powerful purpose: to care for our neighbors right here at home. From the very beginning, it was about people showing up for each other, building trust, and staying connected. Today, Access Health is serving thousands across southern West Virginia. But what makes us different isn't just the care we provide, it's who provides it. Our team was born here, trained here, and lives here. This is what community looks like. This is Access Health, by the community, for the community, always.
Hey, grab me one too.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
We welcome you back into the Direct Choice Halftime Show. Beckley leads by 2 scores, 21-7, as they lead the Oak Hill Red Devils. And Eric, you have the stats courtesy of Chris Farish.
Yes, and the stats, Oak Hill has 129 total yards of offense, Maris. They have 45 yards on the ground and 84 yards through the air. And Hicks is 7 of 9 for 84 yards and 1 interception. And doing work on for him, the 2 receivers, Treadway and Gross, have 3 and 4 catches apiece for 42 yards apiece. On the ground, they're led by Compton, who has 7 carries for 50 yards and a touchdown. But he did most of that on the first drive, and they've really not utilized him much in that second quarter. For Beckley, they have 212 total yards of offense, 120 on the ground, and, of course, led by Gage Burdett, 13 carries, 74 yards. Javante Wines has 4 carries for 36, and Price, the quarterback, he picked up 12 yards on the scramble to stay positive on that end. He's 4 of 7 for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns, one going to Preston Clary, who has 2 catches and 53 yards in the score, and the other going to A.J. Thomas with 2 catches, 39 yards in the score.
Yeah, I think the big key of the first half was major penalties on both teams, especially on Oak Hill in that last drive.
Yeah.
30 yards of the 97 of what Beckley got was on Oak Hill for penalties, but also Beckley had come up with 2 big turnovers, even though they didn't score on one of them, or maybe didn't score on both of them.
They didn't score on both of them.
They didn't score on either one of them, but they kept Oak Hill from scoring, and
yes.
the defense stepped up by holding them on 4th and goal from the 3.
And another big thing that happened were the penalties by both sides and the ejection of an Oak Hill player and who loomed big in the middle on defense. So we'll see how that plays out in the second half.
Right. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get you caught up on some scores and get you ready for the second half. At the break, Beckley leads 21-7. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Summer's here, the Jeep is ready, and at Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat, you're getting the best prices in southern West Virginia. Top off, doors open, sunshine pouring in. This is what summer freedom feels like. Your next adventure starts here at Northside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat in Summersville, where everybody rides. Because summer's better with a Jeep and the best deal around.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
This fall, let the beauty of the season in without the chill. At Window World of Beckley, we bring comfort, style, and savings to your home. Our windows and doors are built to handle West Virginia's wild and wonderful weather, keeping the warmth in and the energy bills low. With energy-efficient windows, expert installations, and affordable financing options, it's time to upgrade. It's never been easier to fall in love with your home again. Call 1-800-WINDOW-WORLD today.
And we welcome you back to Van Meter Stadium, Pete Carlos Hurto Field. Beckley in front 21-7. And Eric, you can get us caught up on some other scores here in this week 10 of high school football.
Yeah, it's been an exciting week of high school football. And we'll check in on the Mohegan Bowl in 4A. Morgantown, crosstown rival University. Morgantown on top 14-0 in the fourth quarter. Defensive battle. Number one, Huntington's hosting Cabell Midland. Huntington 21-0 at halftime over Cabell Midland.
And that's also on one of our video productions.
Yes, it is. And let's get a check of this double A ranks. Bluefield's up 41-0 at halftime. Independence and Nicholas County still knotted at 14 in the third quarter.
And Bluefield's playing.
And Bluefield's over at Riverview.
Yeah.
And one team that we got to see early at the beginning of the year, Doddridge County, I've been following them.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're hosting number 14 in AA Lincoln. Doddridge County has 47 points on the board in the third quarter. I mean, they run a multiple offense, multiple sets, man. That they'll be someone to contend with in playoffs.
Also, a game we have going on that we have access to right here is Greenbrier East and James Monroe. Our producer, the heavy hitter Nick Eskins, has put it up on our screen. It's also a video production game. I see East up now 14-0, almost halftime there.
And James Monroe looks like they're in the red zone trying to punch one in.
Down near the 10-yard line as they close in on halftime up at Fairleigh. But, Eric, 21-7, the Red Devils will get the ball to start the second half. What do you expect Oak Hill to do in the second half?
Well, I think here offensively, I think they're going to have to get back to that run game. Even being down 21-7, I think that run opened up the pass a little bit, and I think they went away from it. And sometimes I think coaches panic once you're down a couple of scores. But I think to help their passing game, they need to run the ball a little bit.
And for Beckley?
I think Beckley, what they've been doing, not turn the ball over and just play good sound defense because the offense is clicking.
Yeah, and Beckley, especially when they got the stop at the 3-yard line and then they were able to go 97 yards, like I said, which was helped out by 2 big 15-yard penalties. But nevertheless, that helped them out, and they were able to score on that beautiful pass that time by Price to A.J. Thomas and get the momentum. They really had the momentum anyway, but really added to that momentum by scoring right before halftime.
Yeah, the momentum was the stop, and as you stated, and we thought, and that shows you this is why we're in the booth and we're broadcasters. Right. We just wanted them to take three knees and get out of there.
Just run the clock out.
And they end up getting a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, you can be aggressive, and I think you said something was really good. The play earlier in that drive when they threw the ball to Preston Clary, you don't mind it because it's a safe. You can be a little aggressive and a little conservative at the same time.
Yes, right. And I think the closer they got to midfield, the better, the more aggressive you could get.
Right.
And that last play, it was it was drawn up. They got in that tight formation.
Well designed.
And it was well designed because Preston Clary cleared out everyone.
And also the offensive line giving Price the time to be able to set up and throw. And like I said, A.J. Thomas, the great catch.
But what else set that up, though, was play action.
Right.
Because Oak Hill, just based on the formation, those young kids thinking run the whole way.
But see, they should have known Beckley didn't have any timeouts that they weren't going to run the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
They should have known that.
But
the
in your
football
mind,
IQ, right?
You got to have that football IQ. But they were all pinched, trying to think and run. And what a good play call.
Of course, Oak Hill entered this game 5-3, number 11 in a 4A. Beckley 4-4 in number 10. And like I said, if Beckley able to hang on and win this game here, and they can win on the road next Friday to close out the regular season at George Washington, I feel safe even without trying to figure out all the point systems and all this and that. I would feel safe in saying Beckley will finish in the top 8 and get a home game.
Yeah, if you get this victory, if you can finish this one off and then go on to a tough George Washington team and get that win.
And if you can get that, I know everybody wants to stay out of that 8-9 game because you don't want to be in that number 1 bracket, but I think at this point, if you're Beckley,
you'll take it.
You'll take it. If you can get a home game and be number 8, you'll most definitely take it.
That's a program builder, man. Host a game and
right. Which they haven't done since 2001.
Yes.
And I was doing radio way back when the last time.
My math is good, 24 years.
Yep. And it was against Spring Valley. That was the last time that Beckley hosted. Actually, I'll take that back. That's the last time they won a playoff game. They actually played Cabell Middle in 2005.
Yes.
And they had that really good team, and Beckley had beat Cabell Middle in the regular season and then lost up here. And Beckley was number 3.
I remember that game because your brother and I, we were here, and we couldn't believe it. We said, man, we're going to lose this game.
It was in the mud and rain.
Yeah, it was yucky.
So I take that back. Beckley, the last time they won a home playoff game was 01. The last time they hosted a playoff game was 2005. So I want to make sure I get that corrected as the captains will meet. And actually, captain for Oak Hill and captains for Beckley will meet at the center of the field there to determine which way Beckley will kick it off. Beckley leading 21-7. And, there was some nice-looking drives for Beckley. They had a 10-play, 67-yard drive. And then Beckley also had a 1-play, 41-yard drive was set up with a big kickoff return by Burdett. And then that touchdown drive right before halftime, a 7-play, 97-yard drive. And the Red Devils, the first time they got the ball, they went 68 yards in 6 plays. But the Red Devils have turned it over twice. And I think for Oak Hill to get back in the game, they've got to take the ball away from Beckley.
Yeah, and I was going to say something funny, but I don't think it would be too funny for some fans. I think a couple of the people, the captains couldn't come out for Oak Hill because I think one of them was 73.
Yeah.
And they got ejected.
Yeah. So we're ready to start the second half. And got the 12 minutes up on the clock there. And Oak Hill now, the rest of their remaining players make their way to the far sideline. Beckley right here below us here on the near side where the press box is here at Van Meter Stadium, Pete Curl-Certo Field. And, of course, for some teams, their season will end tonight. Some teams will wait and see where they'll be in the playoffs. Some of their teams, like a team like Shady, their season's over. No matter what they do tonight, they won't be in the playoffs. And then there's a big slate next week. So for Beckley, like we talked about, Eric, everything's right there in front of them, as it is for Oak Hill. If Oak Hill can come back and win this game, they have North Marion at home next week. They
winnable
could
game.
Perhaps get a home game.
We got 24 minutes to decide this one.
But I think you'd agree this game's far from over.
No.
Yeah, far from over.
We've seen
too much happen.
Too much happen.
Yes. And I think this is very important on this first possession.
This Beckley team's vulnerable sometimes to giving up the big play.
Giving
early,
up leads, too.
Giving up leads.
Yeah.
So.
But I think both teams would agree they just need to clean up the penalties because we have way too many in that first half. Too many to count.
Both ways. And I'm not going to talk about the refs, but the refs got a little flag happy too.
Yeah, they kind of got themselves involved in the game.
Yeah. And that's one thing. If you're talking about the ref a little too much, they're a little too much involved in the game.
All right, ready to start the second half. Beckley's got it teed up right there on the 40-yard line. And going back deep for Oak Hill, let's see, it looks like it's going to be Treadway over on the far side. And I think that's, let's see who that is on the near side, Lewis, Z. Lewis. And we are ready to get the second half started, and here we go. A kick right down the center of the field. It's a good kick. Ball goes inside the 10-yard line. Lewis takes it, across the 15, over the 20. Over the 25, breaks a tackle. It's got a seam up over the 40, and a great return for Oak Hill as the Red Devils will start just shy of the 45 as Z. Lewis on a nice return, the 5'8", 150-pound senior, and Oak Hill got great starting field position, Eric, for their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, and just like that, I thought that was going to be the big play we talked about, that Beckley's vulnerable early in the third and just missed tackles right at the point of attack.
So the ball will be put down at the 43-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Oak Hill as they start their first possession. Hicks, the quarterback, brings them out of the huddle. They'll go trips to the top of the screen. Hicks throws the ball out in the flat. It's caught by Gross. He's got a block. He's crossed midfield, and he's near. I think he does have a first down as he gets into Beckley territory. That will be enough for a Red Devil first down.
Yeah, big-time play from Gross. Hey, Gross and Treadway has been a good 1-2 punch in the air for Oak Hill.
The ball will be put down at the Beckley 46-yard line. And a gain of 11, 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. And that's kind of been like an extension of the running game with that pass.
It has.
So on the far side, Hash trips to the bottom of the screen. And Hicks looks over the defense. Pulls it down. He's in trouble. And he's able to elude and get a nice gain. Looked like they were going to have him behind the line, Eric, and he's able to pick up positive yardage and get inside the Beckley 40.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that Beckley's done time and time again tonight. They've blitzed and just missed the tackle. I mean, you have them sacked for a big yard, for a big loss, and now it's 2nd and 3.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be, 5 or 6 yard loss, and now it's a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, and this is, like you said, this is a big possession. This will get Oak Hill right back in it.
2nd and 3 from the Beckley 39-yard line. First possession of the second half. As Antoine Hicks waits on the snap, gets the snap, looks to throw, pressure comes, throws it across the middle. Gross makes the catch. It's a first down, breaks a tackle. He's inside the 30, inside the 20, down the far sideline to the 10 to the 5. He's into the end zone for an Oak Hill touchdown. The Red Devils strike on their first possession. I don't see a flag, and just like that, Oak Hill's back in the game. A 3-play, 57-yard drive, and that was a 39-yard touchdown pass from Hicks to Gross, and the Red Devils now cut the Beckley lead to 21-13.
Yeah, in a terrible angle. Trying to make the tackle was A.J. Thomas there. And you just can't, as the safety, you're the last line of defense, and missed tackle turns into a touchdown.
So we got a whole new ball game as Oak Hill able to score on their first possession, and that was huge coming out of the locker room.
Hey, three passing plays.
Yeah, they got the big return, and then, as you mentioned, Eric, 3 passing plays, and Gross did work on that one as he went down the far sideline. Now Oak Hill's got to hustle and get a guy in.
They've had trouble with this each extra point.
And these are big plays, these extra points. The snap is high. The holder does a good job, and the kick is blocked. And that play had doom all over it. And that's a big play, Eric, because now that keeps it at an 8-point game.
Yeah, and that's one of those where it just look you didn't want to burn the timeout, but that looked like you said it was doomed from the beginning.
All right, so with 10.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, your new score is 21-13 in favor of Beckley. We'll take a quick break. Be right back on Video Productions.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
So Oak Hill scores on their first possession, but they do miss the extra point as Beckley blocks it. Beckley with a 21-13 lead. This will be Beckley's first chance on offense here in the second half, and Red Devils have it teed up. We've had a little bit of everything, and we kind of felt going into this game we might see a little bit of everything.
This will be the first kick from the original kicker for Oak Hill.
It's a good kick, line drive, and it'll be returned inside the 15-yard line. Crosses over the 20, comes to the near side, and that is Burdett, I believe.
It's A.J. Thomas.
Oh, A.J. Thomas, I beg your pardon. I knew it was a single digit, and he gets the ball over the 25-yard line, and Beckley will start there from their own maybe 27 is where they'll put the ball down, I do believe, maybe the 28. So 21-13 is your new score. That last Oak Hill drive, a 3-play, 57-yard drive on the touchdown pass from Hicks to Gross. Like I said, the extra point was blocked. So it'll be first down for Beckley. They have the ball on their own 27-yard line. So here's Price with Burdett behind him out of the pistol set. Price takes the snap, hands it to Burdett. There's a penalty flag thrown. Burdett gets across the 30. The flag went right into the pile area.
It's going to be definitely a hold.
Yeah. And we'll wait and see. But that's, like I said, that's normally what it is. So that flag came out quick and went right into the pile right there as Burdett broke it to the outside and picked up 3. But we do think it's going to be a holding penalty against Beckley. Waiting on the call.
Oh, chop block.
Chop block. One went high, one went low, and that's a huge play. That's a 15-yard penalty. At least holding would be 10, and this is 15.
And then, this is Oak Hill's right back in the game, and then you step on your own toes, field position game.
And they take it from the spot of the foul, put the ball back inside the 15 at the 14. So it'll be a first down for Beckley on their own 14-yard line. They got to get out to the 38-yard line. They'll hand the ball off to Burdett. He'll bounce it to the edge. He crosses the 20, and they'll tackle him just shy of the 25, maybe right at the 25. A good run by Burdett that time. As he'll pick up 11 yards on the play.
Yeah, and that's the way to chew into that first and 25.
They'll put the ball down at the 25-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 13. Beckley out of the huddle. Oak Hill at home next week against North Marion. Beckley on the road at George Washington. From the pistol set, Price hands the ball to Burdett, and Oak Hill slams the door and maybe a yard, and that's about it, and they'll bring up third down. They get the ball to the 26-yard line. So they're going to bring up third down, and actually they'll give him the 27. They got to get out to the 38 to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, and this possession, man, and the momentum really is. I know they're behind on the scoreboard, but Oak Hill's firmly, if they can get a stop here, I foresee them, being real pumped and ready to go on offense.
So let's see what Beckley will dial up. More than likely going to throw the ball here. So they work from the pistol set. Price with Burdett behind him. 7 on the play clock. Price takes the shotgun snap. He's got time. They rolls out of the pocket, sets, throws sideline, and is it caught? I couldn't see. No, I couldn't see right because it happened right below us. The ball was tipped by the receiver clarity, and it looked like he brought the ball into his body, but he was not able to have possession of it. See, right there,
Well,
and when he went to the ground and couldn't tell if he caught, he might have landed out of bounds.
Yeah, I think it may have hit the ground, but that hit him right in his hands. That's a catchable pass, and let's see what Beckley will we see our first punt?
Well, I would think you got to punt. It's 4th down. You don't want to take a chance of turning the ball over right there.
You definitely have to directional punt it, too. You don't want to.
They look like they're going for it, Eric. Maybe not. No, now they're lined up to punt, but they may try a fake. It doesn't look like your traditional punt because they got Burdett right there as the up guy. They might direct snap. Nope. Here comes the kick. Takes a big Beckley bounce. Rolls inside the 30. Very dangerous for Oak Hill. Tried to field it right there just across the 20. And the referee's saying that the ball is down. Beckley thought they had it, and they're going to say no, the punt returner was down in Oak Hill, but that was dangerous.
At the 21, yeah, that's one where you need to get away from this ball.
So Beckley did a good job to flip the field there. It's a nice punt. Took a big Beckley hop, and Oak Hill will take over. So have the ball, as you mentioned, Eric, on their own 21-yard line.
Yeah, and Oak Hill was really, really good through the air on that first possession of the second half.
Yeah, they scored on 3 plays. So 21-13 with 8:28 remaining, third quarter's the Beckley lead. 1st and 10 for the Red Devils as Hicks brings them out. From the shotgun, Hicks takes the snap. They'll throw it short. It's incomplete. Just a bad throw.
And that was just a bad throw,
Yeah.
and he almost threw it directly to the Beckley defender.
Because I think if they make the connection there, I think they had it blocked. It was a running
yeah, it was blocked up.
And they're not able to make the connection, so the clock will stop on the incompletion with 8:26 remaining here in the third quarter. Glad you're with us on Video Productions. Maris Lowry, Eric Thomas, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. Jackie Moon on camera. Chris Farish on stats. 2nd and 10 for the Red Devils on their own 21-yard line. They'll put a man in motion. Hicks will take the snap. It'll be a running play, and that gets a couple yards, and that's about it. Beckley was ready for that.
I want to give you a score update
right.
in the Fairmont Senior Bridgeport game. Bridgeport 62, Fairmont 21 in the third quarter.
Wow. And at one point, Bridgeport was down 14-13 in the first quarter of that game. So I was going to bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and 9 from their own 22-yard line. And like I said, maybe Oak Hill's got Beckley right where they want him.
You know, we say that, but it's happened. I bet more times than not they picked up.
And one thing, too, a scrambling quarterback, Hicks is able to keep plays alive, by his scrambling ability. Beckley looks like they're dialing up pressure.
Beckley's alignment here is not good for the 1-by-3.
And we got, a false
snap
start
infraction
maybe?
it looked like. Oh, timeout.
Timeout, and Oak Hill has to call a timeout, and that's big because now with 7.5 in the third quarter, you're down to 2 timeouts. Timeout, we'll take it with and be right back here on Video Productions.
You have a goal. You know what you want. Start with us, New River Community and Technical College, your community college. Take classes online or in a classroom in Beaver, Lewisburg, Summersville, or Princeton, or step outside the classroom in one of our technical or health programs. Find flexible and affordable options to help you reach your goal. It's closer than you think when you start with us, New River Community and Technical College. Apply today.
And we're back here at Van Meter Stadium, Pico Lacerto Field in Beckley. Eric, you can update some scores.
Yeah, and the AA ranks number 3. Independence still in the battle, but Independence holds a 1 touchdown lead, 21-14 over Nicholas County.
So out of the timeout, Oak Hill took it. It'll be 3rd down and 9 from their own 22-yard line. 7.5 remaining third quarter. Taking that timeout there, like I said, Eric, that could loom really big as we get into the fourth quarter. So Hicks takes the snap. Pressure comes. They force him out of the pocket. Now he's got a running lane. Flag comes in. That's coming back. And if you're Beckley, you would probably want to take the result of the play because it's 4th down. But the flag came in, and more than likely that's going to be a holding against Oak Hill.
And just like that, the running lanes opened up. And, yes, I saw the hold, and that one's actually a flag I agree with.
So, like I said, if you're Beckley, you want to take a result of the play, make it 4th down, and enforce a punt.
No, I'm just joking. They have a hard job, I know, but.
Does this surprise you, though, Eric, that instead of making it 4th down, that they're going to back them up and give them 3rd down again?
It actually does, because it would have been, what, fourth and
It'd been
three?
Fourth and 3 or 4, and I don't think they had to win for it back in their own territory. The penalty now will take the ball back down. I guess Coach Surratt's thinking, if you hold them, the ball's back to the 12-yard line.
Yeah, you can get
really better field
really
position.
flip the field.
So from the 12, they got to get out to the 31-yard line to keep the drive alive. Hicks waits on the shotgun snap, takes it, pressure comes. He's throwing the deep ball. Got a man out there, and it's broken up at the last minute. But he had a receiver out there, and that time Wines broke it up as he had Zeke Lewis, and it'll be incomplete, and it'll force a punt. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that ball just hung in the air a little bit because the receiver was behind the defense.
Yeah, like I said, he had him out there.
Yeah.
So Beckley should get good field position if they handle the punt, as A.J. Thomas is standing on the Oak Hill 45-yard line waiting to receive this kick.
And A.J. Thomas has one punt return TD on the year, as he took one back in the loss at Bluefield.
And on the far side is the short guy is on the short man up, rather, is Burdett. And here comes the kick, and that's right
get away
up.
from it. That's straight up.
Straight up, and that should take a nice – it's going to take a big Oak Hill bounce.
It's going to be a hold on Beckley,
and
I think.
The ball will be put down at the 45-yard line. There is a penalty flag at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be on Beckley, the receiving team, a hold.
And if you're Oak Hill, you would back them up, and that would back them across midfield if that's the case.
Let's see here on the replay if we can pick it up.
And you were all over that, holding on Beckley. Eric,
it happened right there.
Eric, being Halloween, you sure you're not going to dress up as a referee and carry a flag? Uh-huh.
It's easy for me to do it up here with this monitor.
Yeah. So that's a big break for Oak Hill, because Beckley would have had the ball on Oak Hill's side of the field. Now with the punt that Oak Hill got the bounce on and the penalty, that takes the ball back across midfield. But Beckley still have good field position.
But not as good as they would have had.
They
would have been, what, at the 40?
Yeah, now they're at their own 45-yard line.
That's a 15-yard swing.
Yeah, plus the bounce of the ball there. So Beckley takes over on their own 45-yard line. Price up under center. Turns around. He'll hand the ball. And that's Burdett, and he gets a yard. That's about it, across the 45 to the 46.
Yeah, and now Oak Hill's doing a good job of slanting to the side of that pitch. They're really minimizing Burdett's cutback ability, where he usually puts his foot in the ground and cuts back. But I'm telling you what Beckley has not run out of that is that inside handoff.
Right.
You keep slanting and slanting and slanting, and next you know, there a guy goes by you running the other way.
2nd and 9 for Beckley on their own 46-yard line. And got some movement. I think that's going to be on Beckley, because Beckley, the running back, he looked like he moved right here. Pittman. Looked like he moved, and that's what caused Oak Hill to come across, and that's the right call. That's the 5th false start Beckley's had tonight.
Yeah, it's just been a sloppily played game on both sides. It's not, no offense can get any rhythm, stepping on their own. I mean, it's just been –
It's definitely been a flag fest here in this game, and the penalty takes the ball back to the 41-yard line. So now it'll be 2nd and 14. Coming up on the 6-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. They've got Pittman into the game. They put Wines in motion. They hand the ball to Wines. He's got some running room around the end. Crosses the 45, crosses midfield before they run him out of bounds. A good gain and a good run. They'll say knocked him out of bounds right at midfield, it looks like. So that's a 9-yard gain for Wines, and they'll put the ball down right at midfield. Or maybe across midfield. Let's see. Actually,
right at the 49.
At the 49 of Oak Hill, bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, but 2-down territory definitely, and that was a good pickup on the little, what I call a jet sweep out of that. Yeah.
Good speed by Wines to get to the edge. So 3rd down, and Coach Radensworth thinking got 2 downs to pick this up. They do have Pittman in the backfield.
But look at how the box is loaded.
And they're going to pitch the ball here. Burdett. Burdett's got running room. He gets hit hard and doesn't get anything, and now it'll bring up 4th down, and a big 4th down play coming up.
Yeah, back a hard run back to the line of scrimmage.
And now it looks like Beckley, they might punt this one.
Yeah, I think they're going to punt.
They actually lost a yard. They moved the ball back to the 49. And if you got a fake, because we know that this probably might be a fake right here, because Burdett is the up back. They got Clary in there as well. So on 4th and short, I'm surprised they wouldn't go for it, but Let's see what they do. Nope, they're actually going to kick it. Going to flip the field, and that's out of bounds. And it depends
well, that's going to be at like the 25.
Or further up as the referee keeps marching. Yeah, further on up and maybe closer to the 30. Past the 30, up about the 32-yard line. So that that swap of field really didn't work out for Beckley. Yes, Beckley has to punt for the second straight time. And the Red Devils will take over. They'll put the ball down at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10, Oak Hill.
And this game, since Oak Hill scored, has gone stagnant.
Yeah, it slowed down.
It's slowed down.
And here's another thing, too, Eric. Defense is like not emotion. There's not any really crowd noise. Maybe it's cold. It's just like I don't know. It's hard to get a real feel of the game, right?
But this is the point of the game, and where Oak Hill has everything in front of it because they battled back from a 2-score game, and they've held the Beckley team scoreless in this quarter.
Yeah, Beckley's punted the last 2 times. Oak Hill has it 1st and 10 on their own 32-yard line. Hicks from the shotgun.
They had 2 guys in motion.
Oh, yeah. That looked like Canadian football, and that will cost Oak Hill. That play was doomed from the outset. And that's not even a play. That won't even count because they blew it dead, and rightfully so, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty, make it 1st and 15. So that'll take the ball back to the 27-yard line.
Illegal shift.
So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Red Devils. While we got a minute, got any score updates?
Hey, they declined that penalty.
We'll see. I wouldn't see how they could decline it.
But wasn't it blown dead?
Yeah, I thought they blew the play dead.
So they're going to give them the loss. I don't understand.
I can't see. No, they got it. I don't
even know who the ball carrier was on that one.
Yeah, they're going to say that they actually ran the play. I didn't obviously see it because I thought they blew the play dead. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Eric.
Okay, we're going to see real quick.
So they take the ball back to the 29-yard line. They'll throw the ball short. It's caught by Lewis. He tries to get a block, and Beckley's all over it. Beckley's all over the play. Now
it's going to be a face mask. It's going to be a face mask.
They had Lewis cornered. They had him, and then the flag comes in. And Eric's saying it's a face mask. I couldn't tell. As we watch the play here on the replay, let's see. But see, nowhere to go.
But right here is where the ball should be blown dead.
Yeah,
I think it's a face mask. It had to be.
And I'll wait and see what the call is. Personal foul, face mask on Oak Hill.
I've seen some things happen tonight that I have not
saw
in a game.
It's spooky. Halloween. They call that an offense, and Beckley will take the result of the play and make it 3rd down.
But that's back-to-back penalties on Oak Hill.
The loss back to the 25-yard line. So Oak Hill has taken themselves out of this drive with these penalties. Set maybe up a screen. They throw the ball deep, and that's going to be picked off. That is intercepted by Wines as they throw the ball right to Wines, and that's the 3rd turnover. And Beckley will take over inside the 45. As Wines was like, "Wow, you mean he's throwing it to me?" Because that's basically what it was. He threw it like right to him.
It's kind of like good news, bad news for Oak Hill. The bad news is they turned it over. The good news is that Beckley has not scored 1 point off of their turnovers.
So they'll take over at the 44-yard line of Oak Hill. And that was just one of the few poorly thrown balls that we've seen tonight by Hicks. So 3 turnovers for the Red Devils, and Beckley will take over at the 44-yard line in Oak Hill territory. Price up under center. Turns around. He's inside the 30, the 20. 10.
That's a horse collar.
Dragged down at the 5-yard line, and there comes the flag right on cue, Eric, the horse collar. They dragged him down about the 5 or the 4. That'll be half the distance, and Beckley will be setting up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and the thing is, this is one call that I totally agree with. This is the most dangerous tackle in football, pulling somebody down full sprint. I mean, that's how you – he tried to do it once, and that's major.
That's clearly a horse collar.
But you know what I love, what Burdett did? Just go with it. Let your feet, because we saw that's how Scatterboo in the NFL. That's how. I mean it.
The penalty will take the ball down to the 1-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal for Beckley at the Oak Hill 1. So they got Pittman lined up behind Price, the quarterback. And they'll turn around. They'll hand the ball to, couldn't see who that was.
He didn't gain a
did
yard.
not get in.
May have lost. I think that was Wines.
Yeah, I think it was Wines on that little
back,
reverse,
little toss.
That little reverse pivot inside handoff.
Yeah.
Yep. So it'll be 2nd and goal. And let's see. They put him, it might be a loss, Eric. Back to the 2-yard line.
I think it was a loss.
Back to the 2. 2nd and goal for Beckley. We're under 4 minutes for the third quarter. Beckley trying to add to their lead. They'll run a quarterback sneak. They'll push the pile. Looks like he's in, and that should be a touchdown, and it is. Price able to sneak it in. 3 plays, 44 yards on the drive. Price with the 2-yard touchdown quarterback sneak, and Beckley extends their lead now to 27-13 with 3:36 left here in the third quarter. So for the first time tonight, Beckley able to get a turnover and get points out of it.
Yeah, this is the first time they cashed in on a turnover.
So that is 3 turnovers on the night, and Beckley able to score out of it only once. And with 3.5 to go, trying to add to their lead and trying to go up by 15. And here's the extra point, and it's up, and it looks good, and it is. So with 3:36 left in the third quarter, your new score is Beckley 28, Oak Hill 13. We'll take a break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
Beckley's got a little breathing room. They now lead 28-13 across the county. Eric, Independence with a little breathing room.
Yeah, a little breathing room. Here in the fourth, Independence has opened up a 2-score lead at 28-14.
And that's over Nicholas County. Here's Gross. He's got a lane. He's crossed the 30, over the 40. Crosses midfield. A huge return as he's inside the Beckley 40, and he gets all the way down to the Beckley 37-yard line.
And that's something they need to – Beckley needs to shore up that kick defense, because just like that, you go up 2 scores, but you let them right back in the game here on plus side of the field, and if they score here, they're right back in it.
So Gross delivers with a huge kickoff return.
Boy, he's out of game.
No penalty flags. That's the headline. No flags on the play. And you're right. Gross has played really well. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Oak Hill at the Beckley 37. 3:25 left, third quarter. And here's Hicks from the shotgun. Like running a little bit of power to the shotgun. And they turn around, they hand the ball up inside, and that will go nowhere. That's good defense by Beckley as that run play it will go to Treadway, and Treadway is stopped for no gain. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Red Devils at the Beckley 37-yard line, coming up on the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Glad you're with us on this Halloween night. Maris Lowry, Eric Thomas, heavy hitter Mr. Nick Eskins, producing and directing. By the way, a little picture you see, the right-hand part of the screen, looks like Dracula. That's actually Nick Eskins, the heavy hitter. That's who that is.
It's his silhouette.
Yeah, that. Here comes the shotgun snap. Beckley brings pressure. They force Hicks out of the pocket. Hicks looks, throws the ball across his body. It's caught.
No, he dropped it.
He did drop it. I thought for a minute that was that Gross that couldn't tell who that was.
That's Treadway, like, I think, this
Treadway
time.
Wears 3, Gross wears 1.
But when it's bunched up, I'm right there with you.
When his numbers
it looks
all
like 1.
Squeezed up, yeah. So that brings up 3rd down. From the 37-yard line. So after the kick return on 2 plays, Oak Hill hasn't moved the ball.
Yeah, and this is what they're going to probably try to pick up half of this right here. Definitely two down territory, especially being down 2 scores.
Yeah, you got to think here, you got to be able to score on this drive. You got the big kick return, and you can't squander that if you're Oak Hill. But Beckley's defense has been up to the challenge. On 3rd and 10, Hicks takes the snap. Pressure comes. Hicks throws. Got a man
Flag.
out there, and it's deflected as there's a flag on the play. Do we have roughing the passer?
No, they didn't throw it.
Is there not a flag?
Not a flag.
Well,
I
you
thought
said
it was
flag. I thought
hey,
there
but
was a
look, he
flag.
was reaching, but this is pretty close to a flag.
And it'll be 4th down. Yeah, when you said flag, I thought you saw one come out. And it'll bring up 4th down. So in 3 plays, they've yet to gain an inch.
Yeah, and that's the first time that the pressure from Beckley has really gotten to the quarterback before he was. I think he threw it way before he wanted to.
Greenbrier East with a 14-7 lead on James Monroe. Here's a 4th and 10 play. This would be big for the Beckley defense if they get the stop after giving up that big kick return. And there's a pass, and that will be 4th down as the pressure got all over Hicks, and Beckley will take over on down. So after giving up the big kick return, the Beckley defense steps up big, but there's a flag in the secondary. Now there is a flag there inside the 30-yard line, so hold the phone yet. Wait and see what the call is going to be. And usually you see it in the secondary, you got to think maybe some kind of hold on the defense. Well, here's what I don't understand. Eric, it was a false start. Why didn't they blow the play dead?
Well, they said it was a legal formation.
Oh, I thought he said false start.
The tackle has been lined up. Not, his head has to break the belt line of the guard, and he's been way back. But why not blow it dead?
Yeah, big break for Beckley because that
would
have been first down. Yeah. So now we'll replay 4th down again. But Beckley's pressure has really here bothered Hicks. They've done a really good job here. Let's see what.
See, he's scooting up. He's scooted up the left tackle now.
So they put Gross in motion. Hicks waits on the snap. Pressure comes. He's on the move. Hicks steps up, and there's no way he's going to make 10 yards, and he makes a couple. And Beckley's defense comes up big and turns him over.
A big stop by Beckley after giving up the big kick return.
So Beckley defense has come up big tonight. They got that big 4th and goal stop in the first half, Eric, from the 3-yard line, and then went 97 yards and scored. After, as you mentioned, after they gave up the big kick return,
the big kick return.
Their defense steps up big, and they take the ball back for the offense.
Yeah, and right now with 2:22 to go, this possession, we're on the 3rd quarter, this is one of the possessions where you really could put your foot on the throat and maybe put Oak Hill away.
Yeah, up 28-13. If Beckley was to score, that definitely give them a little bit more breathing room as they have the ball now on their own 35-yard line as they start this drive. They'll turn around, they'll hand the ball off, and there's a couple yards for Burdett as he gets out to the 37-yard line. Actually, it was that A.J. Thomas, I beg your pardon. Yeah, when they run that little inside handoff, it's very hard to see who's getting the ball. And the ball will get out to the 37-yard line, a pickup of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 8 coming up as we're under 2 minutes for the 3rd. Of course, it's hard to believe, Eric, 2 weeks from tonight the playoffs will start. And we'll be not sure where we'll be next week, if we'll have a game next week, but we definitely will be following if Beckley has a home playoff game. It looks like Independent's going to get a home playoff game. We'll have one or the other, if not both, if they both get home playoff games. Here's a sweep. There's a nice run. And that's Burdett, and he's thrown down as he crosses the 40-yard line and gets out to the 42. Was that A.J. Thomas again?
Yes, it was.
I beg your pardon.
He got 56. I've said his name a couple of times for Oak Hill. He's played a well of a game, too. I think his name is Ludwig.
So the ball's out to the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3. And let's see what Beckley will do coming up on the final minute here of the 3rd quarter. They got Pittman lined up right behind Price. They'll turn around. This time it is Burdett, and he doesn't get it, but close enough for Beckley to go for it. He's about half a yard shy.
So I got to give a shout-out to our resident referee who's listening, Brian Joyce. He's clarifying why they don't blow the play dead. Illegal motion does not stop the play. 2 players moving at the snap. It's not the same as a false start. The play continues, and the defense has the option to take the penalty or the result of the play.
We appreciate that for viewers cluing us in on what's going on.
He
Thank
actually
you very
sent
much. The roof, 4th down and about a half a yard. Big play here. On the 44, got to get the 45, trying to get Oak Hill to jump, which they did back in the first half. Beckley may not snap at 5 on the play clock. And it looks like they're not going to snap it, and they're going to call a timeout. So I got to believe, Eric, if you're going to burn the timeout, you're going to go for it, right?
Right.
Because you wouldn't call a timeout to punt it. I wouldn't think so. And you only need a half a yard. So they try to get them to jump. They don't jump. You call the timeout. And now you come back because you got 17 seconds left in the third quarter. So I got to believe Beckley's going to go here.
No, I actually think, they're going to talk about it. Let's see. They got everyone together. But I'm with you. This is the closest. They went for it one time. It was 4th and 3.
Because here's the thing. Don't you agree with this, that if you never had any intention to go for it, so you take the penalty, so what?
That's right.
Because if you're going to punt anyway, it doesn't matter if you're punting where you're at or 5 yards further back.
Well, it looks like he's got his punt crew in.
Yeah, that surprised me that if they elect to do that, because they need a yard. And let's see, we keep talking about a fake. We haven't seen that yet. But I just think, though, if you're the way they've been running the ball, they need a full yard. I just think I would have confidence in my offensive line if I was Beckley just to run up and run the play.
Well, and look, I don't think that Oak Hill's buying any fake. They got their defense out there.
Yeah, because they don't have anybody back.
They don't have anybody back, so they're
yeah, there's a fake. There's the handoff to A.J. Thomas. He's got the first down. So we all knew it was coming, just didn't know what variety of the fake was coming. And I felt Beckley was going to go for it because there's no way you would call a timeout not to go for it. And that will move the chains in a first down for Beckley. So A.J. Thomas picks up the first down out to the 47-yard line. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. We'll go to the fourth with Beckley leading 28-13. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
There's a place where innovation becomes transformation, where you'll find that education is not just about learning, but about being excited to learn. A place to feel at home. Pursue dreams and prepare for careers. Build lifelong friendships. And a place where you'll be encouraged and mentored along your journey. Discover your future. Get ready to soar. The University of Charleston.
As we start the fourth quarter, Beckley with a 28-13 lead. They have a first down as they ran a fake punt. A.J. Thomas able to pick it up on that run. And Oak Hill wasn't buying it that it was going to be a punt, but they couldn't stop it anyway. Here's Beckley. They'll get the ball to Burdett. Burdett crosses midfield in Oak Hill territory and gets the ball to the Red Devil 49-yard line before they stand him up.
Yeah, fresh set of downs, Maris, as you stated, and a big pickup. 4 yards on the on the first play, and that's what this Beckley offense. That's when it's at its best, when it can stay ahead of the chains and really get that down and distance going.
On the 48-yard line, if you're Beckley, you'd love to score any time, but if you can take 5 minutes off the clock and get a touchdown, that's even better. But
that's even better.
You'll take a touchdown right now if you can get it, but in a perfect world, you just want to, eat some clock and be able to score. Second down for Beckley. They put Burdett in motion. They pitch it to him. He was in motion one way and came back the other way, and he gets to the line of scrimmage, and he might get a yard out of that. That's about it.
Maybe gets a yard.
Yeah, maybe. So it'll bring up third down. The ball will be put down. He did get a yard at the 47-yard line of Oak Hill. Got to get the ball down to the 43 for a first down. So you're going to need about 6 yards here on this third down play. And obviously, Becker, you got to be thinking 2 downs to get this. Beckley on the road next week at George Washington. Oak Hill will wrap up at home against North Marion next week. Burdett goes in motion. Play action pass. Price rolls out, looks to throw, has time, throws the deep ball. Got a man out there in coverage, and it's going to be intercepted. The ball was thrown a little short, and the Red Devils get a pick, and Oak Hill turns Beckley over. So that's the first turnover of the night for Beckley, and the Red Devils with their defense really needed that. They'll take over on their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, and this one right here, it kind of hung in the air, and as you said, short, but Oak Hill had it well defensed. And that was you don't like to see a turnover, but that was just as good as a pooch as a punt.
Yeah. So, I understand, like you said, Eric, you figure, what the heck, why not just take a shot? Because, like I said, it's just like a punt if, Oak Hill was able to do what they did to get the pick. So it'll be first down for the Red Devils. They'll take over on their own 10-yard line, and they've got to kind of be, I would think, in a little hurry-up mode here, Eric, because you're 2 scores down with 10:27 left in the game.
Yeah, you really have to go a couple plays, get up, and speed it up because not only is the defense your foe, but the clock is your opponent.
And they've already burned a timeout. They got 2 left, so they got to start getting some chunk plays. And here's a running play that will get a yard or 2, and that's Compton. He gets over the 10 out to the 12-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8. Beckley can live with that, but if you're Oak Hill, you're taking a lot of time. I think you got to have a little urgency right here. 2nd and 8 from the 12-yard line. We're getting ready to go under 10 minutes for the game by the time they snap the ball here, and Oak Hill doesn't look like they're in any hurry. They're just getting to the huddle with 18 on the play clock. But, yeah, I would think you got to have urgency because you got to have 2 touchdowns. You got to score. You got to find a way to get the ball back. You got to score again.
And if you're Beckley, you just want to keep everything in front of you. Nothing, no chunk plays. And
you got to find a way to get a 2-point conversion in there. Pressure comes. Hicks can feel it. He's hit from behind. The ball is out. It's free. Beckley's going to be on it.
This might be a touchdown.
As Clary picks it up, but the big hit was by Burdett. Clary picks up the touchdown. He's into the end zone for the score. So Clary able to get the touchdown.
You're about to see another 15-yard penalty.
As he picks up the loose fumble, and Burdett made that play as he has the hit from behind. Clary with the scoop and score, and Beckley takes a 34-13 lead.
So engage Burdett. He's done it in all 3 phases of the game tonight. A kick return. And when he went to get this ball, he was chopping the whole time.
Yeah, you can see when Clary picked it up from the 22, he's zigging and zagging, broke a couple tackles, gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that's a backbreaker right there.
Yep, I didn't see a flag. Apparently,
well,
I thought
it was.
One.
But they got off the field. That was the smartest thing because I thought it was going to be another flag.
So that'll take it to 34-13. That's the 4th turnover tonight by the Red Devils. Oak Hill's turned it over 4 times. Beckley's turned it over once.
And Beckley's the difference in the game cashed in on twice.
Yep. And that's a scoop and score, 22 yards for Clary. The point after looks good, and it is good. So with 9:28 remaining in the game, Beckley's extended its lead. It's now Beckley 35, Oak Hill 13. We'll take a quick break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Beckley's extended their lead to 35-13. Here comes the kickoff, and it's going to be an onside kick.
Terrible.
It's not going to go 10 yards, and Oak Hill's going to get great field position. Actually, it rolls back, and I don't know why the Oak Hill up guy jumped on it. There's no need to do it because if he hits it, then Beckley can recover. Well, it has to go 10 yards, but he shouldn't even gotten near it. And that's another thing, too, Eric. We see all this, we talk about it. Kids have to understand football IQ, when they should get near the ball, when they shouldn't, what they should do, what they shouldn't do.
But you know, it happens on all levels because every time I see someone running to touch a ball, you're going to know what I'm bringing up. My favorite team is the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
Thanksgiving, 1995, Leon Litt.
1993,
1993.
Actually. In the snow against Miami.
In the snow. Yeah. Thanksgiving Day.
Right.
It ruined my turkey.
Yeah. So Oak Hill will get the ball at the Beckley 44. And, Eric, I was really surprised that they tried an onside kick there.
Like I said, it's Halloween. Nothing surprising.
Yeah, well, that's true. From the 44-yard line, it'll be a first down for the Red Devils with 9:28 left in the game. But, yeah, there's no need for, like, the Oak Hill lineman, like why he even got even near it. Here's Hicks to throw. Pressure comes. He's in trouble. He's trying to scramble. Breaks one tackle. He gets away. He's got some running room on the far side. He's inside the 40. He's going to have a first down as he runs out of bounds. Looked like Beckley had him, but the escapability to keep the play alive, and a good job that time by Hicks.
Yeah, but once again, if you look, the point of attack, shirt tackling.
Yep.
Tackle, lay the pass, see, trying to grab onto him and give up a big play.
That'll be a first down as the scramble gets the ball down inside the 35 to the 33-yard line of Beckley. He picked up 11 on the play. And looked like it was going to be maybe a 6 or 7 yard loss, a sack. And Hicks able to, like I said, he does a good job with being very athletic and strong to break away from that and pick up the first down. From the Beckley 33, clock running, coming up on the 9-minute mark, or will be running after the snap. Hicks takes the snap, throws, the ball is deflected. Good coverage over there, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Got any more scores for us?
Yeah, let me try to dial some up. I think the Mohegan Bowl is finally, it's gone final, and Morgantown with the shutout across town over University, Mariners 21-0. Princeton rolled 55-0 over Hurricane. In the fourth now, Huntington 42, Cabell Midland 0. And at Independence 28, Nicholas County 21.
So that's been a battle across the county over there at Coal City. 2nd down and 10 for Oak Hill at the 33 of Beckley. Compton comes in motion. Hicks takes the snap. They're setting up a screen. It's caught. They've got running room on the far side. Down the far sideline, they got a first down. Ran out of bounds are the Red Devils, and a nice gain that was well executed as they get the ball down inside the 15, down close to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and if you see here on the replay, this guy sniffs it out. Did he just keeps the lineman kept coming? He said, once you see it,
Compton.
That was Compton.
Yeah.
That was a great play call there.
The ball is at the 13-yard line of Beckley. That's a 20-yard pickup.
Yeah, and Oak Hill still able to pick up a first down at the 3.
Yep, but they got to be quick. You know, they're 3 scores behind. They got to go fast, and then they got to onside kick it. But they got to get in the end zone first if you're Oak Hill. Here's a jet sweep. Trying to get to the edge is Gross. He gets down inside the 5. Like I said, he's had a really outstanding game for the Red Devils here tonight as he gets down to the 4-yard line. And looks like he might be shaken up on the play.
Oh, I hate to see that. Well of a game by this young man.
Yep. So while they attend to the injured player on the field, we'll take a break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. Pasquale's has all your favorite Italian dishes, plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood. They have catering and private parties available. Book your next event at Pasquale's. You can dial them up at 304-255-5253. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Pepsi is a proud sponsor of local sports. Love to have an ice-cold blue can of Pepsi right about now. And if not Pepsi, the gray can of Diet Pepsi or the black can of Pepsi Zero. You got any more scores, Eric?
I see a lot of games have gone final, Maris.
Yeah.
Because it seems like we're always in the marathon.
All right, we'll get that here in a minute. It'll be a second down play, 2nd and 1. 1 for the first down, 4 for the touchdown. They'll run the ball, and Beckley will be up to the task as that time that will go for a loss as they got the ball to Compton, and he's hit behind the line. So they can get a first down at the 3-yard line.
And that was a little young freshman on the tackle for Beckley, Madden Taylor, on the big play.
That lost 3 yards. That ball's back to the 7, so 3rd down. So they need 4 for the first down, 7 for the touchdown. as we're coming on up to 7.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. For whatever reason, Eric, you're right. I don't know why the games here that we do at Beckley seem like they last into Saturday morning.
Yeah, I feel like I'm at the Dodgers Toronto
18-inning game. Yeah, looks like we've been here long enough to play two. Big third down play. And now what do we got?
Timeout.
Well, we got a flag.
Is it delay a game?
Yep, delay a game. And you're like, how can they take so much time? Now they're back to the 12-yard line. Now it's 3rd and 9. But, give Beckley a lot of credit for the way their defensive play, but also Oak Hill's really hurt themselves with some big penalties.
And in the red zone, twice Oak Hill has really put themselves, against the chains. And had not been for a great escape from a sack in the first in the second quarter, they've really been poor management in the.
Here's a throw to the end zone, and it's incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down. But, yeah, all the penalties they've had, they've turned the ball over 4 times. Beckley scored on 2 of those 4 turnovers. And it'll be 4th down from the Beckley 12. And it looked like, right there, Oak Hill was 2nd and 1 from the 4, and now it's 4th down.
4th down
and
from
9,
what, to
4th down
12?
back at the 12. They can get a first down at the 3, so it's 4th and 9. But, yeah, this game has drug on.
Quick score update. Bluefield 48, Riverview nothing. Independence with the ball leading 28-21 in the 4th quarter.
So here comes a 4th down play for the Red Devils from the 12-yard line. Like I said, they can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Hicks to throw. Pressure comes. He's in trouble. He'll be sacked. Beckley's defense comes up big again.
Hey, that's the freshman Madden Taylor with a big sack.
So Beckley comes up big, and they turn him away. And, Eric, I got to think with 7:09 remaining in the game, Beckley has possession up 35-13. That probably will do it.
Yeah, and what a good play by the energetic young man, Madden Taylor. And I think he's going to be a good player for Beckley in years to come.
So on the sack, Beckley will take over, and they'll have the ball on their own 24-yard line. And Beckley just try to run the clock out. Want to make sure you've got all your guys healthy, and Beckley will have a big task next week on the road to George Washington.
Because you get a GW team coming off a bye week.
That's right. GW 7-2. GW also playing for maybe not one home game, but maybe two home
That's
games.
Right.
So they got a lot to play for, GW, and Beckley beat GW last year.
Yeah, and I was going to say it's a rival game. A lot of GW and Beckley playing in anything is always a battle.
So you figure Beckley's going to do a lot of this run the ball, as they do straight ahead. Get the ball up over the 25 out to the 26-yard line and get a couple yards and just try to milk that clock. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Beckley in no hurry. You'd think they'd run the play clock all the way down to 1 or 2 before they snap it.
Yeah, it looks like the young man, Elijah Pittman, who ran the ball, was going to come out.
He's a little injured there, hopping.
Banged up.
So Beckley's got to be in no hurry. 6:40 on the game clock, 20 seconds on the play clock. Beckley looking to go 5-4 and break a 2-game skid, and Oak Hill looks like that their 2-game winning streak is going to be stopped. They'll throw the ball short into flat. Clary makes the catch, crosses the 30, got a first down near sideline. There's a flag. It's coming back as Clary gets ran out of bounds inside the 40 at the 35.
It's going to be holding on number 4 wide receiver, so it'll be a spot foul.
And that's Sharp, number 4 right there.
Well, they might have called it on as he got the edge.
But it's coming back nevertheless. And, we don't keep track of penalties, but I'm curious. I think combined, we've had easy over 20 penalties tonight.
We did. Chris Farish, the stat man, would have ran out of all those number 2 pencils.
Yeah, he'd have to start. Please don't have him take off his shoes and start counting them. Use his fingers and his toes. We appreciate Chris Farish for what he does for this part of the broadcast. So there they call hold penalty. And the holding, the ball was put down at the 34-yard line. If it was at the 34, that should be a first down because that was the spot to gain.
Yeah, it should be a first down.
And well, they're going to measure. So they're going to measure for a first down. The ball, like I said, they put the ball down at the 34-yard line. They started the drive at the 24, so that's 10 yards. Even I can figure that out. And it should be enough for a Beckley first down as they put the chains down. They stretch it. And guess what? It's a first down. Because you need 10 yards. They got 10 yards.
Hey,
They just want to they want to extend the game even more, right? I don't know if we have a city ordinance on Halloween, but we might be getting close there as we're approaching 10 o'clock.
All the ghouls and goblins they'll be gone home by the time we get out of here.
In 4 minutes, we've been on the air for 3 hours, and we're almost coming up almost on a 3-hour game with 6:13 left in it.
And I know we like to hear each other talk, but I don't even like to hear you talk for 3 hours.
No, I don't even like to hear myself talk for 3 hours. First down from the 34. They'll run the ball. There's a big hole across midfield. Burdett, I don't think they're going to catch him. The 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Beckley, Burdett to the house from 66 yards out.
No, any flags?
I don't see a flag. Touchdown, Beckley. They've extended the lead to 41-13.
And as we see here, way to block it up. Point of attack, and Burdett takes it to the house.
That's a 2-play, 76-yard drive. And that was a 66-yard touchdown run from Burdett, and that takes the lead to 41-13.
You know, I know we don't give out game balls, but if we had to give a game ball, he would get it. Strip sack.
Yep.
A great punt return to set up a lot. Just
a kickoff return.
Kickoff return. Excuse me, a kickoff return.
His defense, the way he ran the ball, that touchdown. Yeah, he's been Beckley's number 1 guy tonight for sure. He might wear number 3, but you could put number 1 on him tonight.
That's for sure.
And here comes the point after. The snap is down, the hold is down, and the kick is up and good. 5:59 remaining in the ball game. It's Beckley 42, Oak Hill 13. We'll be right back after this on Video Productions.
Struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Colder days are coming. Replace those old drafty windows and doors now. Call Window World of Beckley today. 1-800-WINDOW WORLD.
We're back here at Van Meter Stadium, Pete Curlicerto Field, on this Halloween night, senior night, as Beckley's in front 42-13 with 5:59 remaining here in the ball game.
Yeah, and let's see. This is been the only weakness really for Beckley is the kickoff. The special teams, you had 2 almost taken back for touchdowns, and then you try to an onside kick that went 3 yards.
Yeah, 3 or 4 yards. Here comes this kick. They'll squib it right down the middle, and that's a good kickoff. And Oak Hill will pick it up on the 20.
And that's Gross.
And he'll get across the 25, and that's it. So with 5:52 left in the game, 42-13, you've got to believe that Beckley will be able to hang on and win this game. And they've played well, and Gage Burdett has played really well on everything he did. He did in special teams. He was good offensively and defensively.
Coming off that edge, blitzing, and like I said, all 3 phases of the game. And he's just a gamer, though. Those are the kind of kids you need on this team. And for, the games we've seen, Beckley has some, on any given night, I think Beckley can compete and play with anybody.
And they'll need that kind of effort on the road, moving forward on the road next week. And should they have to go on the road in the playoffs, whatever the case may be, they're going to need this kind of effort.
And I think they'll be road ready because they've gone to some tough places. I know Parkersburg South's having a down year, but it's still hard to go there.
Yeah, they won.
Bluefield, you go play at Mitchell Stadium, that's a hard place to play.
And it was tough, and Beckley ended up losing that one.
They end up losing that one. So Spring Valley, you
lost by 1
point. That's a
a
long trip. I mean.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on their own 26. Now Oak Hill's going to call a timeout, and they'll have 1 left, 5:52 to go. And not real sure. Yep, I do believe they did call a timeout. No, delay a game, no timeout, delay a game. And you think how you have a delay game after the kickoff, you send your team back out. So that'll cost them 5, move the ball back to the 21-yard line. And now they do call a timeout. So I'm not sure if they called a penalty or by calling the timeout. No, see, look, Eric, they moved the ball back to the 21, so they not only got the penalty.
They got a penalty and then use the timeout.
Yeah, they got the penalty and use the timeout. All right. So while we got a minute,
let's see if we can
get
some
got
scores.
some more score updates.
We'll go some final. Finally got a score update from the Shady Spring at Westside game. Westside has a 2-point lead, 8-6 in the third quarter. Let's see if this Independence game has done anything.
They ought to be getting close to final there because they started at 7 and Independence was up 28-21.
Okay, I'm going to go through some finals. Bridgeport, 62-28. That game has gone final.
Over Fairmont.
North Marion, who Oak Hill plays next week, they had a 34-14 win over Grafton. And in 4A, Princeton all over 55-0.
Yeah, I don't think Hurricanes won a game this year. It's been a really down year for them. So from the
1-7. They actually won one.
Yeah, won one game.
I think they beat South Charleston.
From the 21-yard line, and it's 1st and 15 because you said like they got the penalty and then took the timeout. Compton will get the handoff, and he'll get a couple yards.
So now offensively, this is confusing me. I thought in the third quarter is when they needed to establish the run. Now it's late in the game, and they're running when they should.
Well, both teams just want to make sure you get out of here healthy.
That's true. That's true.
Because you got both teams are thinking you got more than next week to play for. I mean, there's a lot on the line next week, and hopefully you can get. It looks like both teams definitely going to make.
And it looks like they're both starting to filter in some people.
Yeah,
as you should.
Because Beckley with this win tonight at number 10, I don't know where they'll move, but I got to believe. Let's just say they don't move anywhere at 10. There's no way by losing next week they'll fall out of the top 16.
I think they're going to move to 9.
Well, I think they may, but I'm just saying.
The number 9 team lost.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying just say if they stay at 10.
Right.
There's no way a loss next week is going to push them 7 slots and push them out of the playoffs. That's where I'm going with
What you're saying is they pretty much, with this win, wrapped up.
Right. They know they're in. Now will they get another delay of game? So I don't know what's up about that, but I guess a lot of issues of trying to get the ball in maybe by putting in some new players. But, yeah, so Beckley now knows they're in. They just next week they'll be playing for a home game. And George Washington
right on the line.
Has a home game, probably be playing for 2 home games next week.
Yeah, you're talking about playoff atmosphere next week. And you know what's wild? I looked at, the forecast could change. I looked at the 7-day. It's going to be better weather next Friday into November than it was tonight.
Well, there's an incomplete pass. We'll stop the clock. It'll be 3rd down with 4:54 remaining. And one thing, too, just like the crowd they're there, but look like they really haven't kind of got into the game. It's just a different crowd tonight.
Well, it's a different crowd because it's senior night. You know, half the people that are here probably here to see some seniors, and bittersweet.
Yeah.
I know I was a little sad earlier.
Well, your daughter, you were out there, walked her across the field there, her senior night. And your daughter is Lassie of the Beckley dance team. There's a 3rd down connection as they make the play out to the 28-yard line and brings up 4th down. They've got to get the ball out over the 35, out to the 36 to keep the drive alive as we're 4.5 to go. We'll have a quick wrap-up in our Pioneer Community Bank post-game show. But we're going to be approaching almost 3 hours, aren't we, Eric?
I think we're over 3 hours.
Well, the game started at 7:30. We've been on the air for 3 hours.
Yes.
Our pregame started at 7. The game itself, we're going to be a little shy of 3 hours by the time we're done. Here's a 4th down play. Here comes Beckley's pressure, and down he goes. The ball's out, and the ball's still out, but it's going to be Beckley's ball regardless of who recovered it. As Beckley dialed up the pressure, and Beckley recovered it, and that will go as a turnover. That's the 5th Oak Hill turnover of the ball game.
Yeah, and a lot of young kids went in making plays there. And that's why you see the excitement for, the Beckley sideline. Some guys that never get into varsity action got in and made plays.
Beckley will take over at the Oak Hill 21 with 4 minutes left in the game.
Wow, here's a wild score in a game, a team that Beckley beat earlier in the season, Preston. Preston's on the road, Harris at Buchanan Upshur, which are two 4A teams.
Yeah, correct.
Preston's holding on to a 57-53 lead in the 4th quarter.
You sure that in basketball? Maybe they had a scrimmage, a basketball scrimmage. So here's Beckley, and they're going to still got some of their main guys out there as they throw the ball to Clary. Clary gets down inside the 15. Down to the 14-yard line.
As you can see, this is where I think a rivalry game. Beckley's trying to punch one more in, it seems like.
Yeah, well, they've got all their starters out there, and they're throwing the ball. Of course, for your Oak Hill, it's up for you to stop them.
Yeah, and like your man Lou Holtz told Bobby Bowden back in the day, right?
He said, recruit better, coach better. Yeah. Clock running. Yes, got plenty of time on the play clock. The Beckley, they still got all their main players out there. And they'll hand the ball to Burdett. He's up inside. He's to the 5. He spins his way into the end zone for a Beckley touchdown. 48-13 as Burdett. He has done everything like we said. That's his second touchdown.
And up to that carry, he already had 205 rushing yards on the night.
Wow. That's a 14-yard run, and that's a 2-play, 21-yard drive, and 48-13. So Beckley will stop the 2-game winning streak of Oak Hill on the season and the 2-game winning streak Oak Hill had in this series.
Yes, and they will also end their 2-game skid of losing for Beckley.
So for Beckley seniors, if they played as a freshman, they've gone 2-2 against Oak Hill. Beat them your freshman year, going to beat them your senior year, and lose the 2 in between. The point after is good. 3:10 left in the game. Beckley up 49-13. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Back here in Beckley, Eric, you've got an update on the Independence-Nicholas County game.
Yeah, Independence squeaks one out over in Coal City as they win 28-27 as Nicholas County scores and went for 2. Yeah. On the road, that's what they say do.
And especially when you've only got 2 wins and you try to come up with a big upset, and Independence shows you that you got to be ready for everything, and they were. And Independence on the road next week at Summers County.
A final down at Westside. Shady Spring pulls out a 12-8 victory.
So Shady will finish the year at 4-6. Here's the ensuing kickoff. Under 3 minutes left in the game. And Oak Hill will return it across the 25-yard line. And let's see who that was. That was Settle on the return. That's a freshman into the ball game for Oak Hill. 2:44 left. Red Devils will have the possession. But Oak Hill's turned the ball over 5 times. And on any level, Eric, that's not going to get it done. You know, you turn it over 2 times, you probably should lose. You turn it over 3 or more, you're going to lose, and that was definitely the case tonight.
Yeah, and Oak Hill finally let Beckley score off those turnovers because the first 2 turnovers didn't really affect the game, but the last 2 were cashed in. One was a strip sack, fumble picked up by Preston Clary and ran in for a touchdown.
So from the 28-yard line with 2:35 and counting, 49-13. So the clock will run because my math is correct. That's 36 points, correct?
Correct.
So with 35 or more in the fourth quarter, the clock continues to run. And maybe a couple more plays as there's a gain across the 30-yard line. Second down coming up. So Beckley will go to 5-4. Oak Hill will fall to 5-4. Like I said, Beckley looks like, I got to believe they probably would move up. As you said, number 9 lost. But this is all based on points. In Oak Hill, it was number 11, and they'll probably go back. But I think Oak Hill, if they were to lose next week, if they lose, obviously going to lose this one. If they lose next week, they might get bounced out. That I don't know. I don't know if losing tonight and losing next week is enough to bounce them from 11 on the outside to 17. That I don't know. There's a running play. It'll bring 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, so a final. North Marion, Oak Hill's next opponent, won the game 34-14 over Grafton. Spring Valley big over South Charleston 57-20. And Herbert Hoover beat Parkersburg, who was number 9 in 4A 47-14.
So coming up on the final minute here, And like I said, everything will be on the line for Beckley next week at George Washington, and I do believe that's a 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll have to check that.
Have to check that one.
But that will be played like a playoff game, like tonight's game was like a playoff game. And like I said, Beckley, now there's a flag, and that's, the fourth delay of game.
Delay of game.
Yep. And the clock should continue to run as it is.
And this is going to crack you up. It was the delay of game, and Beckley only had 10 plays. No, they had 11.
Yeah.
I saw a guy ready in late. So.
But anyway, I don't know if they'll get another playoff, but we'll have a quick Pioneer Community Bank post-game show. Chris Ferris will have all the stats, and Eric will have them for you. Appreciate Chris as always. Jackie Moon, who's been out in the weather. Of course, the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, produced and direct, by the way, for those who want to know what Nick looks like. When you saw that picture up in the right-hand corner, when it comes up again, that's Nick, by the way. So if you see him out on the street, you can call him the heavy hitter. And what is probably the final play of the game is a running play, and that will be the final play of the game. Beckley will stop a 2-game skid. They will stop Oak Hill's 2-game winning streak in the season and this series, and the final score is Beckley 49 and Oak Hill 13. We'll take a quick break, come back, and have the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show coming up next here on Video Productions.
Ready to turn your passion into a career? At New River Community and Technical College, we've got the programs to get you there. Dive into our food service and event management program. Learn skills from kitchen basics to business budgeting and become seasoned for success. Or if the great outdoors is calling, answer it with our outdoor recreation program. Receive hands-on training that readies you to lead, inspire, and explore. Whatever you're passionate about, we have a path for you. Visit newriver.edu today. Start here. Go anywhere.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Hey, grab me one too.
He's a Greenbrier buyer. She's a Greenbrier buyer. They're Greenbrier buyers. And we want to make you a Greenbrier buyer too. At Greenbrier Automotive, we'll do whatever we can to make your car buying experience the best it can be. From providing outstanding service to offering a huge selection to choose from, all with the best deals possible. Visit one of our 7 area dealerships soon or shop over 800 vehicles on greenbrierautomotive.com.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Colder days are coming. Replace those old drafty windows and doors now. Call Window World of Beckley today. 1-800-WINDOW WORLD.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
Welcome back to Van Meter Stadium, Pete Carlos Field in Beckley. The final score, Beckley wins it 49-13 as we welcome you into the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. As we wait on Chris Ferris, and I say wait, he's just about done. He's got so much to total up, but while we're waiting on him for a minute there, Eric, first of all, your thoughts of this big Beckley win?
Well, I thought Beckley stayed the course, and they did what they had to do, bouncing back from 2 losses. And that's one thing I can say about the Beckley team that we hadn't saw in previous years. Sometimes they let one loss. I think they flush it real quick, and they got back to business. And Oak Hill, coming off of 2 wins, will need to do the same thing going into next week. Big game looming with North Marion, and an even bigger game for Beckley, but at George Washington, because that will be, like you said, playoff atmosphere. And if they can win that game, they get a home game for sure.
And, is putting up the 49 points, and Beckley had some good explosive plays. I think it was really the defense. They got 5 takeaways, and their defense really played well tonight.
Yeah, it really did. It had a couple moments, but I think next week that defense is what's going to have to stand out because you're going to get a good quarterback, good wide out, and
really good
young
running back.
Yes. So it's going to be a task, but I think this Beckley team can be up to the task. And let's give a shout-out to Gage Price for coming back, man.
Yeah.
The last time we were here for a game, things didn't look good, and I'm glad to see him back out competing. He got a few snaps on defense as well for the Beckley team.
Gage Price, and also the way Gage
Gage Burdett spoke for itself on the field.
Right.
Everybody saw number 3 was everywhere tonight for Beckley, and it's good to see the seniors get them a final, Preston Clary, Mans, AJ Thomas. See those guys because they stayed the course with this team,
right.
And they'll leave the program better than what they got it.
Right.
And that's all you want out of your senior class.
All right, well, we got the numbers courtesy of Chris Farish, and Eric, you've got them. And Beckley it'd probably be lopsided like the score was.
Yeah, total yards for Beckley, 407 on the night. They had 290 yards rushing and led by a big night on the ground for Gage Burdett. 24 carries, Maris, 219 yards. And 3 scores. Javante Wines had 6 carries for 46 yards. And in the passing game, they didn't throw it a lot, but they were real effective. 6 out of 11 for Gage Price, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Receiving, Preston Clary had led the way with 4 catches for 78 yards and a touchdown. And A.J. Thomas had 2 catches, 39 yards, and a touchdown. On the flip side, Oak Hill had 220 yards of total offense. They were led by the receivers tonight as Gross had 6 catches for 92 yards and a score, and Treadway 3 catches for 42 yards and a score. 160 yards passing as Hicks was 12 of 22 for 160 yards, but 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions.
So that'll wrap things up from a very cold night, Halloween night here in Beckley. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Beckley wins the ball game, as we mentioned. Next week, Oak Hill will be at home against North Marion. Beckley on the road at George Washington. For Nick Eskins, the heavy hitter, doing a great job as always, producing and directing. For our stat man, Chris Farish. For Jackie Moon, who was on camera. For my partner, Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry. Repeating the final score, it was Beckley over Oak Hill, 49-13.